Like the video, guys. Like the video. Subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Like the video, guys. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Subscribe, guys. Smash the like button. Get the likes up, guys. Get the likes up. Get the likes up, guys. Get the smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. We're gonna talk about Mason Mount to Chelsea, Mason Mount to Liverpool. We're gonna talk about Juventus, Harry Kane to Manchester United. We're gonna talk about Chelsea versus um, Liverpool match reaction. We're gonna talk about MUDRYK debut, and we're gonna talk about MADUEKE unveiled. We're gonna talk about MADUEKE unveiled as a Chelsea player. So we're gonna talk about a lot of talk. But like the vid, like the vid, like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, smash the like button, like that vid. Guys, get the likes up, guys. Get that freaking likes up. Like that vid, guys. Like the vid. And guys, send in super chat to support your boys. Send in super chat to support us, guys. Send in super chat to support us. So if you want to become a members of my channel, guys, become members of my channel, guys. Become a membership of my channel, guys. Go to the description below and subscribe and like that video. Subscribe and smash the like button. Smash that like button. Let's go, my people. We're gonna be talking about we have we're gonna talk about Mount. They have him in their plan to get him in the summer, and that has been Liverpool plan to get Mason Mount in the summer. So we're gonna talk about him going in the summer because they want to get him in the summer. And the problem is now is if you're not gonna get him in the summer, that's gonna make me happy because I'm like, okay, finally they can easily just let him go out of the book because I keep telling people he has regressed a lot. He's regressed a lot. He's regressed a lot, and I don't know what to say about him anymore because he's regressed a lot, and the more he keep playing, the more he keep looking somehow. And I don't know what to say about him because when people back him, people keep backing him and say this and say that and say this and say that and say this and say that. Man, it's difficult right now because when we talk about him, the truth about him, people doesn't want us to talk about him. So my problem is it does not make us look good. So like I understand the Lacobam love for Mason Mount. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing the love they have for Mason Mount. But sometimes reality have to set in. We have to be very realistic and be very, very realistic when we analyze player. Man. He has been below par, and Liverpool fans, SSB and co. I am begging you, you can just do us a favor and just buy this boy out of Chelsea Football Club. That's gonna be my best happiness as a fans watching, because that will make me so much happy if you can buy him out of Chelsea Football Club, because he need to be bought out of the club. Like, because it's difficult right now to find a place for him, because if the entire squad is fully fit, MUDRYK, Felix, Madek, and everybody's fit, I don't know where Mason Mount is gonna play in the team. So my problem is, will Potter be able to play? Will Potter trust? Will he play him? I don't know, because Potter is an English manager, so it might be a little bit complicated where we could say he could play him and we could say he could not play him. It depends though, because sometimes it's difficult, very, very difficult, man. It was difficult, but overall for me, I don't think it's a Chelsea quality for me though. I think he's a school. I think he's a squad player at best. And I think that should be his level for me. He's a squad player at best, and that should be his level for me, because if you look at the way he's been performing recently, I don't know. He has to be in the market, and I think he will be in the market. It's a matter of how much Chelsea want to sell him, because I don't know how much they want to put on, how much they want to sell him, the market value about him. I don't know, because it's a bit difficult, because he hasn't been looking good since maybe last year, towards last 2 years, he's been looking somehow. And I think overall for me, it will be easier for us to sell him. I know some Cobham fans won't like it. They were like, we're too harsh on him, we're too do this on him, we're too that on him. I understand that. But I think when the player doesn't show up, doesn't perform to the level he needs to perform, and I think he needs to go. And I keep asking people, when this squad is being put together and is being put together by the club and by the manager, where does it fit? I don't know where it fits, because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit anywhere. He can't play as a number 10, and he said that he's a number 8. As a number 8, his final decision is poor. I don't know. He's been looking somehow for me though, because I really don't know. Like, he's somehow complicated for me. Somehow complicated, man. It's somehow complicated, but overall for me, he needs to just go and bounce and leave the club. For his own good, he needs to leave the club, because it's not been good for him going forward, and it's been below par for me. And nothing more to say than for him to just leave. If he likes himself, he can just bounce. He can just bounce. People in the chat, like the vid, guys. Like that vid. Like that vid, guys. Subscribe, guys. Smash the like button, my people. Get that likes up, man. Get that freaking likes up. Get the likes up. Like that vid, guys. Like that vid, guys. Like the vid. Like the vid. Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. So for me, it's difficult for me right now, because if you look at the way we have been playing with, the way Potter has been setting us up from a back 3 to a back 4, I don't see where Mason Mount is going to play in this team. And if you're looking at the squad of Mikhail Madrid, Felix, Madek, and everything, if everybody's fit, he can't play as a number 10. He can't even play as a number 8. So I think a big overhaul is needed in the squad, where the team needs to overhaul, because some players needs to go and some needs to stay for me. Some needs to go, some needs to stay for me. So, like, who goes? Mason is part of them. Kai Havertz also is part of them too. Both of them just need to go out of the club, so we can be able to buy and also build as a team, man. And set up the team for me there. It's difficult. We have to just let him go. See, I can understand La Cobham fans with their love and appreciation for Mason, and I understand that. But when a player is not playing to the level you want him to play, man, it's that time for him to just bounce and just leave when the ovation is high. Like what my brother Blue has always said, you leave when the ovation is high. And I think Mason needs to understand that too, that he needs to leave when the ovation is high. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. You gotta leave when the ovation is high. He has to leave when the ovation is high. There's no issue there. He has to leave. And I don't seem for me. I don't see any future or any success in him when he stays in Chelsea. Nothing, nothing. So for me, he just have to leave. And overall, we'll see we'll see what the future holds for him going forward, because it's gonna be difficult right now because we don't know what's gonna go on with the future in terms of how many players we're gonna sell. Because I know Jorginho is leaving, Kovacic possibly, yes. Who is again? Who else against leaving? Mason, Kai. Majority of them are leaving where it's gonna also help to balance the book, sell players, balance the book, amortization, be in the pictures of FFP and everything. And I think it's good because it gives us time to kind of sell players. After selling players, it also gives us time to to when we sell players, yes, it also give us time to balance the book and make sure everything goes very, very well. So mhm. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important because we have when we sell player, it also helps to where, like, yes, we'll be able to, when we sell player, we'll be able to figure it out. Okay, we can also plan for the future going forward. I'm happy though because now we can easily plan and make sure things work the way we want it to work, guys. So I'm happy though. I'm happy now that now that we can plan going forward. I think it needs to be so. And I think for Liverpool fans, SSB, the hair, all Liverpool fans, thank you very much. You can come get Mason Mount. It is kind of what Jurgen Club was. Wrong for you guys. Energy, energy, energy. And I think if you can get him, for me, I think if you can get Mason Mount to your club, man, that would be a very good success for us as the Chelsea fans watching, because we don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him. Regardless of what people say, I don't want him. So whether I would like it or not, I don't want him. So I don't want him, whether I would like it or not. I don't want him. So sell him, yes, Liverpool fans, please, you can come buy him because he's not even useful for our club. He's just running. No brain. That's it. Run, like an endless chicken. No brain. So you can come get him. It is very, very available. You can come get it, and we'll surely appreciate. We'll surely appreciate if you can get it, man. We'll surely appreciate, man. If you come get it, it will be very appreciative for you if you come get it, because it's very, very important to come get it. But overall for me, for me overall, it will help us. Balancing the book, because I think he only has 1 year on his contract, which is very, very good too. So overall, we'll see though. We'll see though. But for me, we just have to just let him go. We can't do anything else to let him go, because he just deserves to go. There's nothing we can say about him. Just let him go. Because if you don't let him go, he's just gonna be like another player that is uninterested in the club, just playing based on money and everything. And you can't keep a player who doesn't deliver in the squad. Going forward, it won't help, because now we have players who doesn't want to play for the club, who just want to get the money, which doesn't make any sense for me. So overall for me though, it will be best for the two parties to what to just move on. It's better for the new party to move on. For me, because that's gonna be the best for the both of them to just move on. It's best for the two of them to just move on, because there's nothing you can do about it just for them to move on. That's it. Because if they don't move on, there's no way you can find a way to fix the situation we are right now. But overall, we'll see though, because I want him to leave my club, because he's not offering anything. It's not. He's not offering anything. And for Liverpool to come buy him, thank you very much, Liverpool, for you guys buying Mason Mount. You'll forever be our friend. Man. Just buy him out, buy him, please. Just buy him out of, and it's gonna make sense. Just buy him. It will be very, very important. Just buy him out, please. It's very important to just buy him, man. Just buy him, because it doesn't give us anything. It doesn't. And if you can buy him, that's very, very, very important. If you can buy him, man. You can buy him. You can buy him, man. That's gonna be very, very important, man. It's gonna be very important. So just buy him out, man. Buy him out. It's very, very important. It is important. And we'll appreciate you if you can buy him, and whatever amount, 60, 40, 30, 20, it doesn't matter. Just buy him. That's what I want. Please, just buy him. Thank you very much, Liverpool. So let's talk. The last thing we did where we talked about it, I said it to people, we're gonna talk about Harry Kane because the news you are hearing from the outside is Harry Kane will join Man United because Man United wants to buy him because they need a striker. And I said it to Chimere then that United will buy will buy Kane because they need a player like him that can guarantee them goals. You can guarantee them goals. When people like, what does he offer? He's 30 years of, yes, he's 30 years of age, man. He's 30 years of age, man. So regardless of his age, man, regardless of his age, you can't negate how good of a player he is, a world class player. You can't negate it. Cannot. You can't negate how much of a player he is, man. I keep telling people he is a world class player, and people talk about trophies, and yes, sometimes I put trophies into it just to have my own say and say, okay, yes, I know sometimes it's difficult because how you rate players and the kind of level you put player in. Me, I put player in the echelon of if I work class, I needed to give me trophy. But him going to Manchester United, oh my God, in heaven. With Eric Ten Hag, I better start giving up now. Maybe we can compete not with the league because if Harry Kane is a fifth player and with the way United is being set up, oh Lord in heaven, Lord help us. Lord in heaven help us. But I have hope. I have hope. If you can send those forward, those bomb like Shai Havertz, Mount out of my club, Wood runners, Gallagher, get them out, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, get them out. Oh my God, then I can potentially be happy. If we don't sell them, oh Lord in heaven, I don't know what to say. But overall, Harry Kane to United, wow! Because I told Chimere the last time we talked that I can see United going for Harry Kane because the way Ten Hag plays. Yes, Chimere was like, it doesn't, if Ten Hag wants him, to support him, but he doesn't want Harry Kane, one, because of his age and because of the way he plays. And I told him, if I play like Harry Kane, player like Rashford can run, Bruno can make runs, Garnacho is there that can make runs, Anthony can make runs. Harry Kane will just have to lay up the ball for them to make runs. They can score goals. And Harry Kane is a positional player where Bruno can just close his head and pass. Eriksen can close his head and pass anywhere. Harry Kane will be there to score those goals. So if you're asking me, I'll pick him ahead of Osimhen because I know Harry Kane will give me more than what Osimhen will give me. And what Osimhen will give me, and Harry Kane, he has always said it, he wants to break Alan Shearer record, and he wants to say in England, regardless of, and that guy for me deserves to win a trophy for what he has given Tottenham Hotspur. He deserves to win a trophy. You can't be in a club where for a very long time you haven't won something. And I'm happy that United are getting in. So if United are getting in, good. Now you have a world-class player in your hand where now you have a world-class manager to Eric Ten Hag, and you have players around him who can get the best out of him and make United very scary, both in Europe and England. That is a very good signing for me. That's gonna be a very good signing. I can't wait, but we'll see. Tom, how you doing, brother?
Evening.
Please give me your take on Mason Mount to Liverpool and your take on Harry Kane to United.
Well, let's be honest, Mason Mount to Liverpool's a lot of rubbish, isn't it? Don't think you're ever going to sell somebody like that, are you?
No, Liverpool wants to buy him. They want to buy him.
Nah, I don't buy it. I think
I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
If they're going to spend, if they're going
Go ahead.
to spend, I don't see where Mason Mount will go to Liverpool. I don't see where he'd fit in the midfield, even now, if I'm honest. I don't see where he fits in. They've got enough
in the summer.
Yeah, I know that you mean in the summer, but even in the summer, I still think they'd chase somebody like a Jude Bellingham rather than somebody like that. I think they'd go for someone like a Moses Caicedo at Brighton, then go for somebody like a Mason Mount, if I'm being perfectly honest, or a McAllister at Brighton, who's just going to win a World Cup, or an Enzo Fernandez, that kind of player, I think, is the sort of profile Liverpool are going to go for, not a Mason Mount kind of profile. So that's what I think to that anyway. I don't really have any belief in that happening at all. The Harry Kane one's interesting because
I don't believe the Mason one, but
Abdullahi Alpha.
I keep relax, Mr. Egram, I'll come to you, don't worry. I keep hearing Good. I keep hearing Messi to Liverpool, and I'm laughing. I'm saying, Tom, I have been praying to God Almighty for my life for Messi Mount to just go out of Chelsea and go to Liverpool. That's gonna be my best gift in 2023.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
That is my best gift in 2023. Messi Mount to go and play in Anfield. That will be the best gift I've ever. As a fan, Tom, as a fan, I will be jubilating and be dancing because I want him out of my club. ASAP. I want him out of my club ASAP. He needs to go. Because I can't see a player that all they have to just do is run. No brain. No brain. I've never seen it in my life before. Just run. Now make the final decision. Rubbish. Maybe Chelsea coach are rubbish. Jurgen Klopp can improve player. Maybe if you go to Liverpool, Klopp will improve him. We will see. But Liverpool fans, please send money to us. Give us like 20 million, 30 million. Come and get Messi Mount. In fact, I will add money to it. We can FedEx him to you, or eBay him to you, or UPS him to you, please. I need him out of my Operation Messi Mount out. Operation Messi must go. Operation Mount to Liverpool. That's it. That's the new trading now.
No, I don't know about the Mason Mount one. I think the Harry Kane one's interesting. To be honest, because at the end of the day, I've said plenty of times, not just on here, but I've said it plenty of times in my opinion on Harry Kane's like sort of situation. I believe, in my opinion anyway, I think he's had his chance at a big move to go to a bigger football club. I think he had the chance when he had the offer that when City came in for him. I think at that time, regardless of the sort of money that City were prepared to pay, listen, that if they were prepared to pay £100 million for Jack Grealish, who like the season before was valued at about 50, then they were prepared to go up an extra £25 million for Harry Kane and get the deal over the line when they needed that striker at that particular time. Albeit they didn't. I don't necessarily think he did enough to push the move, if I'm being perfectly honest, because you need your agent and you need, people like Daniel Levy. You need to, push people like Daniel Levy to say, look, you've offered me no project. You've offered me not all you've offered me is a new contract. Barely any more money than what I'm on originally. You want me to sign more years to the paper. There was all the turbulence with, they couldn't get a manager in, and then they ended up with Nuno, and then he didn't even last, I think, 4 months, was it? And then, obviously, the whole situation happened. Conte came in, he had a bit of a resurgence and things like that. But, like I said, I just think with Kane, at the end of the day, I think, he's had his opportunities in his career already right now, I think. Because I think at the end of the day, he's had the opportunities to go to a big club. He's had the opportunities to win something on the international stage in the Euros, and he didn't win it. He's had the opportunity to win something at club level, at the highest level in club football in the Champions League final. Didn't do it.
He didn't do
He's
it.
Had opportunities. The chances have been there at the end of the day. He's been to cup, he's been to cup finals, international club cup finals, etc. And it's not worked out. They had a title race season in the season that Leicester won it, and they didn't win the trophy then. So he's had his chance to win trophies. He's had his chance at the big move in this. But listen, I've always said with Harry Kane, if he's ever going to fully complete his career, sometimes you've got to move away from your boyhood club or the club that you've made it at, or you've made it your legendary status at. And especially with Manchester United, there was an old tale that we did anyway a couple of years ago where we stole actually the best player from Arsenal in that season when we needed a goal scorer. Yeah. And ironically enough, he was 29 years old as well, and that was Robin van Persie. And we took Arsenal's best goal scorer at the time, and paid the money that we needed to get him in. And at the end of the day, 29, 30, it's roughly a similar age. The thing with me is that if it's Harry Kane for like 70, 75 million, I don't have a problem with. But if you're going upwards of 80 plus 85 million pounds for a player who's over 30, who's had the injury record that he's had, I'm not genuinely convinced, because if I'm going to pay upwards of 85 million pounds, I want a guarantee, like from the best doctors in the world or medical staff in the world, that you're guaranteed to have 4 seasons of consistency where there's not going to be injuries and things.
I can be a devil advocate and say the way Tottenham is being played, that's the reason he's been getting injured. But in United, he won't get that much injury.
I don't know. Even though with even if we bring him in, because the thing that I'd want with Harry Kane coming in is this way that he plays at Spurs and the way that he plays at England, where it's the pragmatic style of football with Southgate and with Conte and with Mourinho and these kind of managers. The difference is in these sort of systems, he's having to drop back and he's having to come deeper for the ball because he wants to get involved in the play. Otherwise, if he stays up the field, these teams are proactive. They're not attacking sides that want to go on the front foot and that he can, he hasn't got the pace to burst in behind or anything, but nobody's going to put the ball in the box either because the ball's not going to be up the other end of the field to do so by the wide players. So I think as a discredit to him, he had his best years under Pochettino where they had that free-flowing attacking football. Balls were going into the box. He wasn't dropping deep under Poch. No. And what I mean by that is he was in the box where he needed to be, doing what a number 9 was supposed to do, and doing what I guess the historical legacy of most English strikers has been is in and around the 16-yard box. You tap the ball in, crosses come in, get on the end of headers, etc. Corner balls as well, movement, mobility. That's what I would expect, and that's what I would want from him. I wouldn't want what he's doing now, where he drops deep and opens up into play and things like that. I'd want him to do what he did, when he was raw, 23, 24, 25 years old at Spurs, where he was in the box where the goals are got. And if he did that, I think we do have the creativity players at Manchester United to do the legwork for him, like you said. Players like Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, players
like Bruno.
Yeah. These guys, they're creative enough, they're smart enough, football IQ. They can get the ball in the box to him at the right time in the right areas. And he's clinical in the 16-yard box. And Harry Kane's best chance of scoring goals on, breaking records or winning trophies for a football club, even for Spurs' best way that they could use Harry Kane is inside the 16-yard box, not dropping deep and creative things into play. Because the drop-off in quality and the drop-off of what he can give the team is if he drops the further he drops deeper, the less goal expectation he has in a game. And the less, expectation in that team, if Harry Kane, his goal expectation drops in that Spurs team, it's very unlikely that Spurs win that game. Very unlikely, because the way Heung-min Son's playing as well at the moment isn't great. They don't have attacking wing-backs or anything like that. That is Conte's style. So the only thing I would say with Harry Kane is I think it's quite clear age isn't on his side, but I would buy him for a reasonable price. If we're going to get ripped off by Daniel Levy, honestly, I would walk away from the deal. Okay. Let me just say this last point though. If we're going to pay 80, because the figure that's been touted was 85 million.
85,
88, right. I would pay 80 if it's a guarantee that you get the 4 seasons that I've just said of the pure quality.
4 seasons,
and the less risk of the injury. But the only thing that I would say is if Daniel Levy wants to push the price up because of an English rival and all the rest of it and things, and he wants something like £100 million, I'd tell him to get stuffed, because you can go out there, Juventus are in financial crisis, and they've just been given the points deduction.
Yeah,
you can go and get Vlahovic for I would say, I think you could get him for less than 100 million with the crisis that we're in at the moment. You've got Benjamin Sesko, who's in the Red Bull sort of sporting program, who's a brilliant 6'4" Slovenian, hungry sort of striker. I think he's the next sort of model to come out of that program, like Erling Haaland did, for example. I'm not saying he's like, the similar liking of the player, but he's coming through the same system. Brilliant young up and coming goal scorer. There's players like Patrick Schick out there that we could go and get for a cheaper price. I would even, if I'm going to blow over £100 million, I wouldn't blow it on Harry Kane, the main guy that you're going to do that with. And it doesn't matter if it's Man United, Chelsea, or any football club. If you're going to go out there and get a goal scorer, you're going to go and get Victor Osimhen. Because if you're going to pay over £100 million, and if we're going to break the Premier League records, fee of £100 million for Jack Grealish and things like that, and we're going to break a club record signing of 89 million when we spent it on Pogba. If we're going to do that, then I want to do it for a player that's actually going to be like worthwhile, not somebody like Harry Kane who we're hardly going to get the usage out of for potentially 2-3 years. And I've always said with Kane, and the final point I'll just make, the other thing that I've said with him is, for any team, he is like the missing puzzle. He's the last jigsaw that you need in a team to go and win trophies and go and be successful. He is that goal scorer that a lot of teams need. For me, City at that time when they was in for him, he was the final piece in that puzzle for that team at that generation of that City team with the players that they had. I know they've sold a couple on and stuff, but at that time, that was the perfect move for him. And if I'm being honest, even if he ends up coming to Man United and everything, I will always say and revert back to the same thing. Harry Kane's major chance to win the big trophies and be a part of a really successful and competitive and dominating team, because we aren't that at the moment, Man United, and I can be honest in saying that. I'm an unbiased sort of Man United fan, where if he wanted to be a part of a successful domestic team, Manchester City was the move, and it was there on the table.
Yeah.
But for whatever reasons, it didn't happen and everything. And like I say, you never say never with players like Kane. But the only place that I can see him going into in the Premier League is Man United. So at the end of the day, but I think it also depends on our ownership as well. And if that changes and stuff, then obviously we've got to see with that, because they might come in with a completely new recruitment strategy. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't bet everything that I own on Harry Kane coming. I think it depends on the ownership, but if he's the sort of player that Ten Hag wants, then I'm not going to exactly go against the manager that's brought us the most recent success in the short period, and has brought us a brilliant team that's playing brilliant football at the moment. So who am I to say to go against that?
Fair enough. Here we go. Harry Kane to Manchester United. Guys, like the vid, subscribe, guys, smash the like button, guys. Like that vid, guys. Like the vid. Mr. Ariel, Harry Kane to United.
Yeah, I would say they're the only club in England, except obviously my club, Liverpool, that are big enough to house him. You know, if you're bringing Harry Kane, you're housing him. That's whether people want to say it's media prop up. You know, he's a consistent goal scorer, so he needs a house. He's a Lewandowski. He's a Lukaku was supposed to be that, but you know. Anyway,
Relax.
you know, Harry Kane is when you bring Harry Kane, you need to house his media team. You need to be able to absorb and expand his commercial value. You need to have the capacity on the pitch and off the pitch for Harry Kane. So, yeah, Man United can absorb that. I don't think any other club in England can absorb that. But personally, I think he will go to Bayern Munich. I don't think he'll change his mind on that. I think he'll go to Bayern Munich.
Fair enough. Let me come to Daniel. Harry Kane to Manchester United, because I said what I say is people talk about his injury record and everything, but I said it. Harry Kane, when Harry Kane is fit, and a fully fit Harry Kane with where United are playing, can score me 30 goals in a season. That is a Premier League winning title team for me, because you have a striker like him with the quality of United with Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, Garnacho, Rashford, player like him. I can guarantee you Harry Kane will score for fun, because he will have a lot of creator around him. The job he's doing in Tottenham Hotspur, he won't be able to do that in United, because now it's going to be less, where he's going to be doing a little bit of less job rather than doing too much when he was in Tottenham Hotspur. So your take on Harry Kane to United? Oh, Neckbone, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Give me your take on Harry Kane to United.
Well, out of all the options that are available to him, that is probably the one that makes the most sense, you know, because I believe like the window of where he can move to, or like the amount of teams he could have moved to has reduced after last summer. And I don't know if it's performance based in terms of are they going to consider what Harry Kane has done this season, or it's more about what he's done in the past and they're using that to judge why they're going to take him right now. So in a free flowing attacking football team, someone that is not defensive minded, yeah, I'll say Man United probably qualify for that, but it'll be interesting to see what he does. I would believe he'll want a move outside of England rather than within. But if he's to move within England, then possibly Man United. You know, although if he wants to come to the dark side, although I don't think he fits in, you know, my team's perspective as an Arsenal fan. But if he wanted to explore that, you know, I won't be one to say no, you know, but you know, those are all the possibilities out there. You know, you know, because it'll be unwise to say that, oh, now we don't,
Well,
you know,
instead
if
of
I,
Nketiah, how far Nketiah? Why not?
yeah, bro, like they're like the level of standard he would bring will be quite insane. But you know, it's a rival club. You know, it's not easy to get, you know, your rival's best player. So you know,
Under Abramovich, Abdullahi would have chest and say Chelsea can do it.
I want Gary Kane, but
Ah!
like,
but
easy,
you
easy,
know,
easy.
You're tired of Kai
yeah,
Havertz.
It's going to Bayern Munich, so it can F off. Yeah, and that idiot calling his baby. Both of them can F off for my club ASAP. I want them out as soon as
But yo,
operation.
make sure
Operation out.
Abdullah, I don't want to distract your thing. Just make sure you make noise when we're discussing this Mason Mount situation.
Ariam, I'm gonna come to you next on your board. You have to do us a favor and buy that
That's
guy.
your boy. He's on your books. He's on your
I
books.
am gonna UPS him, FedEx him, eBay him to your club. We need to. I don't care how much. Just get him out of my club. I'm tired. Next one, finish up.
but yeah, you know, if we're just doing it probability wise, out of all the clubs in England, he at least has like a 30% chance to, you know, go to Man United, you know, depending on if they even still have that taste for Harry Kane, depending on where their season, you know, ends up. Because if they finish in the top four, you know, Harry Kane doesn't, for example, will they seriously be considering Harry Kane? At the end of the day, they may be back in Champions League, and you know their outlook might become way
But like
different.
what the report we're hearing is United want him and is their number one priority. And Tottenham will sell him this season because he only has 1 year and he has his agent, which is his brother, has signed out to the club that Harry Kane wants to leave this summer. He wants to go. And Tottenham have said, okay, 80 million is out. That's the quoting price tag on his head. 80 million and he's out.
I think
You have to remember,
that's a fair price tag.
you have to remember, yeah, that the rules are gonna be reannounced. You know the homegrown rules, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be extended. I read it on the Times. It's gonna be extended after March when they do the new handbook, and it's gonna continue to, I think, 2032. Of the 17 maximum non-homegrown. So there's a race for English players. That's why Mason Mount has chest to be, well, his camp, let me not say him, never blame the player, his representatives, because, you know, you need to buy the best English and stockpile them so that you are not, when the wages to revenue ratio and all that stuff, there's like 2 years for everybody to basically get in order. So right now, spend your budget on the best English you can, and Harry Kane is top of the food chain. You can't. There's no better English player. Ask Abdullah about Sterling now. Abdullah, how far Sterling?
I'll miss myself. I'm not responding to that. I'm not responding. I'll miss myself. I'm not guys. I didn't say anything. Sir. I didn't say anything. I didn't talk. I'm not talking. I'm not talking. I'm not talking. Next we'll finish up. So because this is it now. I'm a big fan of Osimhen, and Osimhen going to United for me will not. It is for me 70-30 because Osimhen is an injury-prone player because of the way he plays. He will get injured a lot, and that could be a detriment to United because Osimhen is fast, is quick. He kind of fit into what Eric Ten Hag wants. Also, if you look at Harry Kane can guarantee me 30 goals in the season. Osimhen can't guarantee me that. He won't guarantee me that because he's not prolific enough to trust him to say, okay, lead us to the Premier League title. He won't. Out of 10 goals, Osimhen will score me max 4 because of the way he plays. Harry Kane will score me 8 or 9. That I can rely on because he will win me a title with that. I'm not being bad on him. I'm a guy. But when I'm looking at the pros and cons, Harry Kane best fits the way United wants to play and the way they want to play than Osimhen. And the Laurentis in Napoli will not sell Osimhen less than 200 or 150. You're not getting that because it's the top scorer now and they're gonna win the Scudetto. So you're not gonna see they're not gonna lose because they bought in 75 plus add-ons close to almost 90 million. And you expect them to sell him on the 100 million. That's a loss on them. So they're not gonna sell Osimhen less than 200. So that's it.
Well, I just feel it's all the rumor clouds around United and the takeover that you can't really say what direction they're going in, in terms of what that transfer outlook would be. Because at the end of the day, people were apparently saying that United didn't have any money to spend during this January transfer window. But that might not be the case in summer if it's Harry Kane plus another person because of the stature of Man United and where they might be. The Harry Kane might be best suited to go,
Fair enough. I get you. Fair enough. Mr. Abdul, meet us, Mike, sir. Harry Kane to Manchester United.
Yeah, big up everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, big up. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's this news about? Are you just speculating, or is it
No.
official?
It's the latest news we are hearing. The latest news is Tottenham Hotspur wants to sell him 80 million, and Harry Kane wants to leave. United are going for him. 4 years deal plus 1, and 80 million for Harry Kane in the summer. He wants to leave. He's come out and he wants to go.
Oh, in the summer,
Yes, he wants to leave in the
80
summer. Yeah.
million.
Yes, sir.
Well, if I'm Tottenham, I will obviously consider selling him for 80 million because he's 30, isn't he?
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be 30 in July. It will be 30 in July.
exactly. So if I was Tottenham, 80 million for a 30 years old, I'll consider selling him. And but the thing is, you see, at this stage of his career, Harry Kane needs a team that will be playing around, that will be playing for him. I don't know how Manchester will be playing for him, considering Ten Hag. People are always saying, "Oh, he likes his players to price. He likes his players to price," and you guys were all screaming for Ronaldo out, claiming that Ronaldo doesn't press. So I don't know how much pressing Harry Kane wants to be doing at 30. I don't know how much he
Abdul,
wants to be doing.
mature ball knowledge always.
Yeah. But Abdul, this is it. I get what you say, but if you look at the way Harry Kane plays, he's intelligent enough to know that okay, I know when to press, I know when because Ten Hag against big club, I've watched him play this season. He doesn't go with his pressing. Sometimes he go counter attacking. That fit Harry Kane because he can also pass. He can also do most of the thing that majority of Saka doesn't do right now, which passing range. He can also press. I've seen him press in under 30 months, but he can press. He can run also too. It depends on how you want to play him, though.
So you guys don't you don't consider pressing important now, 100%.
It's important.
When
It is
Ronaldo
important.
was there, you guys pressing was very critical to you analysts,
Relax,
and you were
relax.
all
No,
criticizing him for not pressing enough.
Abdul, if I can just come in, maybe they want him to replace Martial's profile because word on road is that Ten Hag is sick of Martial in terms of availability and reliability.
Yeah. The thing is, Harry Kane, if they get Harry Kane, is better than anything they have in their forward line. So he's actually a big addition. But I think what he can give to Manchester is what Van Persie gave to them. So he'll probably have two fantastic seasons. You get it? So
But my question to you, Abdul, is
yeah.
because you always provoke my mind before Blue Eyes will come here and I'll start doing comedy. Abdul, is Harry Kane the electricity or is he the lights? Because I can't envisage Harry Kane walking into Man United's dressing room and being and Rashford makes a run and Kane has dropped deep and he doesn't make the pass. I can't envisage a world where Rashford doesn't tell him to fuck off. Harry Kane has no medals.
So if I'm going to be answering your question honestly, Harry, now we are saying relative to Man United.
Yes, is he the
Like
electricity or the light bulb?
Oh, okay. So relative to Man United, Harry Kane is not the electricity, he's not the light bulb, but he's the truth.
Hey!
If they get him, he is the truth. Because if they use him correctly for 2 seasons at least, each season he can fetch them like 25 goals.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is neither electricity or light for a Man United of today. He's definitely the truth. So it depends on, but I have so much belief in Ten Hag as a coach at the highest level. The reason why people I always highlight and prop Ten Hag, but people don't know why I actually prop him. The reason why I prop Ten Hag is because it's difficult to find a coach or a manager that can still coach at the highest level. Because a lot of guys with top teams cannot really coach. They can't really coach anymore because there's only little you want to coach out of some of these players. You can only give them direction, give them instruction, and organize them and manage them correctly. But Ten Hag can still coach. He can still tell Harry Kane, okay, use more of your left foot when you're at this side of the pitch. Use more of your right foot when you're at this side of the pitch. Run diagonally. They can still coach at this very, very high level. That's the reason why I like Ten Hag. And I trust Ten Hag. If he wants Harry Kane and he actually gets Harry Kane, he will make the most of him. Now, the thing is, how many good season or great season can Harry Kane give them? I don't think he can give them more than 2 because Ten Hag is very demanding and his teams are very demanding. That's why you can see Man United are playing better this season compared to how they've played maybe in the past 3-4 seasons. It's not like the players are exceptional. All we're seeing about Man United's work in this season is Ten Hag's work actually. It's not Man United that have actually leaped to the next level. So but my question is, I don't think he can do it for more than 2 seasons. And if I'm Daniel Levy and I'm getting 80 million for him,
Yeah.
it's not like Tottenham is a desperate team trying to win the title. 30-year-old, 80 million, I'll take it. I've got Richarlison. I'll just find some other striker from wherever. And if you do your, we are all witness now that if you do your scouting correctly, you might be able to get the correct profile. I mean the correct player profile or the correct player that is profile match your team.
Yeah.
So for half of the 80 million, if they do their scouting correctly and they go into Europe, South America, or wherever, they can get the right player to replace him
Yeah.
for their team for Tottenham. But then coming to your question about his relationship with some other players in the team like Rashford, that won't be difficult because they all play for England.
England. Yeah.
So they're used to each other. They're used to related to each other, and neither of them look like a character that has an ego. Both Rashford and Harry Kane, they don't look like they don't carry. We don't see that We don't. It doesn't look like they have ego. So I'm thinking they'll
Oh
be
no
able
no
to
no no no! They have both of them have no ego. Ego is expensive. Ego is
exactly.
expensive.
So
Neither of them can cash that check. Oh, what?
Abdul, you're low, you're low.
yeah,
Okay,
I
now.
think they will probably be able to manage themselves and relate to themselves
Mm-hmm.
for the benefit of the overall good, which is Man United. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
part of the reason why Ten Hag actually wants him, because he might like. I think maybe he likes the personality of of a Harry Kane. But my own take on it is, if they're actually going to pay 80 million, and I'm
Yeah.
Spurs, I'm going to allow him to leave. But then, how many seasons can he give to Man United?
Because the report is 4 years plus one more extra, which is like 80 million plus with a deal of 4 years plus one.
It doesn't matter how they want to, how many years contract they want to give to him.
It's Harry Kane. They can afford it.
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy for the. Are we saying we're going to get like he's going to be a top scorer for the next 3-4 seasons?
It's possible if it's
I don't
fit.
know.
It's
I
possible.
don't.
It is if it's fit. It's possible. He's Harry Kane. Abdul is Harry Kane. He is a
Yeah,
consistent goal scorer.
yeah. Just like the way Van Persie went to Man United when he was 30.
Yeah,
But how many seasons did he give Man United?
I
Abdul, that's
agree.
why I don't think he goes there.
Sorry.
But it's different
I don't think he goes there. I
because
think
I think it's
he
different
goes to
because
Bayern. Been keeping
the
space for
reason
him. Went to
the
Bayern.
reason I the reason I said it's different, Abdul, is the way United play suit Harry Kane, because Harry Kane in Tottenham Hotspur, if you look at under Pochettino, he doesn't play as a number 10. He's just like a normal center for where they give him the ball, he's just gonna be in the box and he will score. But under Mourinho kind of mold him to be that creator and also be that facilitator, creator, and also score goals. Which Conte is also using him in that way. If you look at Ten Hag has Bruno, Eriksen, Garnacho, Anthony, Rashford. Those are creator where Harry Kane's job is just to stay in the front. You give him that ball, he will score you goals. So when you talk about pressing, yes, I understand pressing, but Abdul, when you have a caliber player like this guy, Harry Kane, when he fully fitting, will give you 30 goals, 30 goals in just one season. That's a guaranteed EPL win for me.
Yeah, yeah. And the way Ten Hag normally arrange his team is rigid 4-3-3.
4-3-1,
So the three
sometimes.
at the top are actually made of like two wingers, two touchline wingers that actually hog the touchline. So most of the time he needs a very rigid number 9, a pure out and out number 9. So I think all those that he's doing for the past 2-3 seasons, where he's dropping deep and collecting the ball and carrying the ball, I think all those will reduce. I think his main responsibility will just be, just get us the goals.
Yeah.
Harry Kane can do that.
Yeah.
So his main responsibility might be just sniff around the box. Rigid 4-3-3, the one Barcelona plays when they have like, top strikers like Lewandowski. The one that Mourinho likes to play sometimes, or he played when he had Drogba. It would be like a rigid number 9. Your whole responsibility is just to get us goals, really. So
Yeah.
I think
I
that's,
agree.
and if you look at the current Man United, that's what they're lacking.
Yeah, a goal scorer.
A goal scorer, an out and out goal scorer. That's what they're lacking.
Yeah.
But then another thing is, if I'm advising Harry Kane and I'm his advisor, I'll just say just stay put, really. Just remain at Spurs.
I
Because
don't
Spurs is
I don't think that will happen because his agent is his elder brother, which he's the one pushing the move, and he himself wants to leave Spurs also too. Because I think
if his agent, as you've said, if his agent is elder brother, okay, which is the more reason they will be more honest between themselves.
he's the one
If
pushing
he
the move,
says,
we want him to go, and he wants
if
also
he
want to
says
leave
he
too.
wants to move, then it's a reflection of what Harry Kane really wants or what he desires, really. So if he wants to move, he wants to move. But does he
Wait,
want to move?
hold on. Oh, sorry, Abdul. Can I just comment? Abdullah,
Yeah.
why do you believe that he will turn his back on Bayern Munich? Or do you not believe that he has told Bayern Munich that he'll come?
I don't think. Wait. I don't. Okay, I don't think he will go to Bayern because one, with the way we kind of play Harry Kane, and especially because he's an English player, he wants to stay in England, and he's been saying it publicly.
But you know, the culture there is perfect. It's much better than
yes. I agree. But
perfect.
Looking at Bayern, looking at my United, and because because he's English player, because he's English. I understand English
United. I
know. Why I said for me, see, Bayern Munich is perfect for me because out of England, go to Bayern, score goals, Ireland, score so many goals. You can never score 40 goals in Bayern because he will be getting more chances. But the way United are being set up with the caliber of players around him, he will also improve his game with the manager like Erik ten Hag rather than Nagelsmann. Because now he knows I'm leaving Spurs, going to Manchester with a better environment, better players around me that will make me improve my game and also make me. He's hungry to win, so make him that hungry. People are saying United that see with Harry Kane and the kind of players United have with the new ownership coming in, they can't compete. They will compete, and with Ten Hag they will compete. So that give Harry Kane that okay, I can compete with this team around me. Let's go. Let's do it. And his brother is his agent. His brother is the one pushing the move. So they are brothers. They are blood. So there's no way the brother will not be happy to say, okay, Bayern, United. Let's go to United. It's his brother. So they see, they are brothers and between the brothers and senior brother. His brother will tell him, bro, I will be honest with you. This is the best decision for you. That's the best for him. So he will have to make that decision. It's gonna be hard, but he will make that decision. He will. He will have to. He has no choice. So King, Harry came to Manchester United in the summer. King, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Harry came to Manchester United in the summer. 80 million from Tottenham Hotspur in the summer to United. And that's who Erik ten Hag wants as his number 9 coming in the summer.
Is it a concrete rumor?
Yeah, it is the concrete rumor. Yeah, no, it's a concrete rumor. He wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur.
Wow. Anyway, I think it would be nice, but I don't know. I don't know what Man United are trying to. I guess they're trying to go for the league then.
Yeah.
If they're trying to get Kane.
Yeah.
It would be great for United, and it would be a good deal for Tottenham as well. They need to move past Kane. They need to move. They need to move past him, at least so the fans can actually focus on something else, rather than just relying on one player for so many years. So I think it would be a good deal for United.
Fair enough. Mr. Adoma. Harry Kane to Manchester United.
Most of everyone has really good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I think most of the previous people who have commented have asked most of the questions I wanted to ask. How sure are you that this rumor?
No, the reason I'm sure is because I have I don't know if you know that I would do yesterday United fan. I think it was on the tag man. Also, most of United fans that I followed also tag man said it is concrete.
Okay.
I think reporter tier 1 are saying it. Harry Kane is going to United and it's sure.
Okay, that is good. Now, with all the analysis you have made, what is the possibility that he's going to succeed in United?
Okay, this is it now. Because I made the comparison between him and Osimhen. I love Osimhen.
Not leave Osimhen. Leave Osimhen.
The reason I said
I'm asking you, is there a 50% chance that he's going to succeed or he's going to flop?
I think 50% chance he will succeed because of the caliber of player that is around him in United.
Leave
Like
Osimhen, leave Osimhen.
like Bruno, Ericsson, Garnacho, Rashford, and co. Around those are players around it that will make him.
Yeah. Okay, like now, once one person made a statement initially that I liked. He said, "You analysts made a complaint about Ronaldo that Ronaldo was not marking.
Was not
Now
pressing.
you are bringing Harry. Yes, was not pressing. Now with Harry Kane press, these are questions we are not asking ourselves. That with his age, yes, Van Persie. Someone also said Van Persie. He was not as clinical as Van Persie. Okay, he was, he is. But again, I'm just concerned about the possibility of him because now, if he does not succeed, he will be like many previous striker over time that have.
But I get what you said, Edu, but this is it now. I understand Adrian's point in terms of him going to Bayern being a safer bet, because I look at the Bayern team and I look at the Man United team. If Man United are going for Harry Kane in the summer, that tells me they want to win the league. That tells me they want to say F off, we're going for the league, or maximum we want to compete. And what United are missing right now is a prolific goal scorer that can give you 30 goals or 25 goals in the season, and it's Harry Kane. If every Ten Hag is United fans are saying they want him and Ten Hag wants him, Ten Hag knows I need a player that can score me goals, I can rely on. He's Harry Kane. Yes, Rashford might be on and off. Yes, there's Garnacho there, there's Bruno, there's Ericsson. There's Casemiro. Those are passer of the ball that they can pass in the ball. So I can understand the pressing you take, but Ten Hag could just tell Harry Kane, like what I've just said. I don't need you to press. Just tell the boss, the guys will do the work for you. You're able to score goals. Because the question that's coming with I remember the hair when they questioned him that the hair cannot pass from the back. You know what Ten Hag said? Ten Hag said, as long as he's keeping us out, saving the ball, I don't care about him using his feet. He can move the ball away as long as he's saving us with his hand and keeping it out of the post. I am cool with the hair. Same thing can go to Harry Kane too. Yes, Ten Hag will tell him, I don't care about you pressing. All I want for you is once the ball gets to you in the box, finish your dinner. That's it. Do the job you know how to do. Score goals. That's it. Game over. We move on. So it can happen where manager could just go out of their system and just say, F it. Let's go on the counter. Well, I want to win the league with this guy.
Calm down. We are here together. We are having a conversation now. Yeah, what is the possibility now Man United becomes second, even second next week?
It's tough. Yeah, that's it. It's tough.
So why are you building an assumption that Harry Kane will just come and it's like a what they call that stuff that you show Superman here and he just weak. That green some shit. Harry Kane is good, notwithstanding. But trust me, Bale in Tulsa was far better than him because what Bale did was exceptional. Harry Kane is a good striker. Like the last time we had this conversation, he scores goals, but he does not score key goals. If Osimhen managed to take you need to understand, because now, trying to deviate, Napoli have cleared out 80% of Sarri's team in Napoli that pass that useless pass. And they are using a team that wants to win the league.
Yeah.
So the key question I want to ask you now, why can't they just get rid of Harry Kane in Tottenham? You might be surprised Tottenham end up winning the EPL. Harry Kane might be the block. What it says who?
Okay, because if you're looking at Tottenham and United, they are different because Tottenham lack mentality when it comes to winning.
What's the possibility? Napoli is on the top of Italia Serie A.
Yeah, I know. They are top. Yeah, I know. I follow them and I watch them. Yeah, I know. But
I've not watched them.
Yeah, De Laurentiis, the chairman of Napoli, is very difficult to negotiate with. And he has come out and said it. Osimhen is not living less than 200. And United will not pay 200 for a single player like Osimhen.
How many years have Tottenham, Danny Levy has kept Harry Kane in Tottenham? He has been trying to win. He has been trying to win. Why do you think he brought Mourinho? Do you think it was to create an amusement park? Why do you think he brought Conte? Do you think he's to create a joke center? Why do you think he's going after Thomas Tuchel? He wants to win. There's a default. Maybe Harry Kane is the default.
Because Edoma, his elder brother is his agent.
Forget your brother is your brother is your brother. And by blood, emotion might cloud your judgment.
Yeah, I agree.
So that doesn't matter. And again, Monica, haven't you read in a situation where senior brother or father duped his son? Didn't we read even in the entertainment feed that little Romeo and his father are complaining about money?
Relax.
See, that does not matter.
I understand you, but like I said to United fans, if Tenor gets anyone, yes sir, I'm yes sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes sir.
Good evening.
See,
is this breaking news?
Yes.
No,
Call is not. It's not.
It's not. It's a rumor.
Call is not. It's
It's a rumor.
It's not me. Wait, guys. Let me clarify myself.
The rumor. This Harry Kane nonsense. Harry Kane has 2-3 years on him. After 2-3 years, it's over.
No. His season finished in 2020. He only have 1 year on his contract. So
how old is he?
He's 29. He will be 30 years in July.
How many English players have you seen playing up to 34?
Abdullah.
Yes, sir.
He last saw 2 years ago by Harry Kane at United. What did we say 2 years ago about this guy?
Good alpha now.
Yeah, you said it.
He last saw.
What's up, Teddy Sherry now?
I remember. Mute your mic. I get you,
Teddy Sherry now played to 40.
So, NK, let me come to you, Mr. Harry Kane.
Nana, how are you?
Harry Kane to Manchester United.
Oh, Carl, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm okay. I've missed you, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm here.
Harry Kane to Manchester United, brother.
Listen. If we're being honest, I think we understand what Tottenham are. No disrespect. And it's funny that Carl was there. I think if Kane was serious about his career,
Can you translate that?
Relax, mute up, man.
Tottenham aren't built. With all due respect, let's for the people that don't understand or don't follow the Premier League, Tottenham aren't built to win anything. They're like, I look at Tottenham and I feel bad because they're like Chelsea, about 5 years. They're like Chelsea, about 5 years behind time. Because they always get our ex-managers. They get Mourinho, then they get Conte, like we did. So it's just like they're Chelsea, but back in time. And I just feel bad for Kane. But at the same time, I don't feel bad because if he was serious about his career, like I was saying, he would have forced the move.
Yeah,
he would have forced the move back when City put all that money down for Pep, whether cost is on one side or not, that's another thing. But when City had the cash, Kane, you had to force that move, and it had to get ugly. And Kane wasn't willing to make that sacrifice. And life is about sacrifices. He had to go on strike. You had to go. No disrespect. You had to be completely unprofessional. You had to I wouldn't say put on weights and just party or something like that, but you have to get close to it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like you have to go away abroad, like how Tevez did it back in the day, or how Costa did it. It has to get ugly. And he don't want to do it, so he goes to United. I still don't think that guarantees him the league.
But they can compete with him. They can compete.
They could definitely compete, but to guarantee the league, I don't know.
Yeah,
because City's still here. Arsenal look great. Newcastle will improve. Chelsea are improving. So he's in a tough situation. He should have made that. Should have tried to force that City move years ago.
2 years ago.
Should have tried.
I agree. I do agree with you.
So we're in a situation where now, if I'm him, I don't even know if I make the move. I really don't know if I make this move, because it's
a little bit complicated, right?
Yeah, I'd like at this point, the Tottenham record is there. I think he's gonna be Tottenham's all-time goal scorer, but the Premier League record, you want to stay in the Prem. So I mean, United's the only real situation, but it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. I think this is sad. It's a sad story, and it's a cautious tale. No matter how well Tottenham look like they're doing, until they win that that chip, why would you sign your life away?
Fair enough. Mr. Cow, Harry Kane to Manchester United.
Yeah, you go and I'll come back. I'm in the store right now. I'm listening to you guys. I'll come back.
Okay. Because NK, I get what you say, but this is the argument now, because I always question his mentality as a player that can he have that mentality of say, okay, F it, Spurs, F it, I want to win a title, I want to get out of here. Does he have the mentality? I don't think so.
I mean, Abdullah, the only thing I would say is that NK is absolutely right. The only thing I would say is that there's a safety valve of going to Bayern Munich. He has the opportunity there. If he wants to win a trophy, go there and win a trophy, because he'll guarantee a win. But NK is absolutely right. Everything NK has said is spot on. I have nothing to add to it. Only thing I'll add is, you want to win a trophy? Go to Bayern. You'll win a trophy. And then that whole idea about Hurricanes won nothing dies.
I agree. I agree. 100% I agree. Let's move on. Mr. Arium, how you doing, sir? I hope you are good, sir. It's time to break bread, sir. It's time to break bread.
I'm chilling now. What's up now? I'm drinking it's juice.
It's time to break bread. May I give it's time to
pineapple.
Wait, Mr. Arium. I have been praying to God for this moment to come, and I think it will come this summer. Please and please, if it is 10 million, I don't mind having money. Go fund me. I will add it to it. Please, I will add good fund me to it. Please, Messi Mount to Liverpool.
You know, the issue with coming to Liverpool. Relax now. I've not even gone there. Before I should ask Mason Mount to do a successful half turn. Let's not even get there. Bro, English men age like English women.
Area. Voila.
Let me relax. Can we relax?
Abdullah, end the stream, Abdullah.
I'm on mute. Let me just calm down, man. Mason Mount is looking 34.
That is not Mason Mount, but I will leave Mason Mount alone.
Oh my God, bro! He looks like he's been through 2 divorces, like foreclosure. He looks like he's been through so much in his life.
Arium, calm down. That road.
No matter, you can attack Mason Mount all you like. I'm not
I didn't even talk about football. I'm just saying, look at the boy's face. I'm just like,
Wanna let Arium land now.
He's right.
In COVID, right? This boy came to my stadium and did one dance that I saw all over social media. And the same boy, I'm seeing some stubble around his beer. I'm just like, listen, what's going on? Forget football. What's going on? Are you good? Bro, it's like all these different. And when I now found out that this MADUEKE guy, or however you say his name, Noni, when I found out that this guy was homegrown via uk.soccerway.com, I said, okay, basic. I said, problem. because leverage don't balance. You
No balance,
understand?
yes. No balance.
Define that.
But
Define that. Define that.
Should I
Define that.
translate that? Should I
Translate that. Translate that.
Translate it to.
So you see, former chairman of the FA, Greg Dyke, wanted to ensure that you know, British first, BMP were protected, and unfortunately, you don't have to have the passport to be homegrown. So Noni, when I saw the interview, you were saying, yeah, you know, I just want to improve my game, so I moved to PSV. I said, listen, issue. So my thing is, you guys always argue about positions. I never get involved in that whole, is he a 10? Yeah. Is he a 9? Is he a yeah? Is he a winger? That's for Chelsea fans to talk about, so I always stay off mute there. But for me, my manager plays one way. Today is just all this diamond is all temporary. It's only to make sure we don't lose. We play 4-3-3. We play 4-3-3. Okay. Now, the debate amongst Liverpool fans is, can Mason Mount reach prime Henderson? I said prime. Now, prime Henderson is a sacrificial concept of a footballer. It's where luck meets fitness meets timing. Is a moment. It's not really a position. It's more like seizing a moment, right?
It's not a hard work.
No. I'll never do that, because you know it's about like right now is my time, and I seize it and I push, right? Mm-hmm. Almost like a Gareth Barry, the way he knew what to do when he went to Man City. You know, you capture moments, right? Now I look at Mace, as you guys call him, Mace, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not gonna say he's peaked, but he looks like he might run himself down emotionally. He just looks like the whole position thing is obviously there, calling himself a midfielder in interviews, all this kind of stuff. But does he back himself to come and play 4-3-3 to cover Trent? If Trent wants to doze off, is he covering Trent? If Salah needs support on the inside, is he supporting? Is he also not judged? Nobody cares about final pass, about ground duels. I think that stuff is good for him. But my issue is, he looks like he's been through an emotional washing machine. What are you guys doing to him over there, man? Or is he doing it to himself? He looks tired. He looks tired.
The fans is after him now. There's no Mendy to blame anymore.
Bro,
there's no Koulibaly to play.
I'm seeing Mason Mount debate on a 360 digital level podcast.
YouTube. Let me handle this. If there's no Mendy to blame, if there's no Koulibaly to blame, Mason Mount and Havertz is the next person they blame.
What do you mean?
Can you translate
the people they see if we don't win, these are the guys to go after.
Yeah, rightfully so. Right?
Jorginho
has is overprotected.
No,
it depends on who you speak to. It depends on who you speak to, boss.
Jorginho is protected by the foreign. Most of those guys that have big attacks in Chelsea. Jorginho is protected.
It depends
on who you ask.
Can I just respond to that? Because as a non-Chelsea fan, bro, now know me. I've been there. Every time I come to your stream and I say, Jorginho is a fantastic footballer, Kovacic, but then you guys now let me explain. Now I'm not a fan. Today we played each other, okay? So obviously I see the good bits. I remember FA Cup final, this one, the way Jorginho will play. I understand I think he's a fantastic footballer. Okay, now you guys will then tell me, the DM and this and then, Nana will explain to me about, but he can't up and down all the. I'm like, okay, cool, I understand, right? But in terms of Mason Mount, what my worry with this kind of footballer is, like, what's his back to basic football? Like, how does he? When he's under stress. When he's under stress, what's his back to basic football? Like, what's his go-to? Like, let me just build a little confidence in myself.
Well, you
Like,
mean restore to factory settings?
bro, what's his what's his muscle memory? Like,
See, let me tell you something you need to know. Messi Mount is Endercy, a technical holding. All English players play the same way.
Did you just say technical? Did you just say technical?
Yes, he
does have he does have technical ability. Let's not lie. It's just
no, he's just once you add technique to holding. Once you have technique, you have a holding. They are all the same. All English
okay,
players.
let's not get lost in a rabbit hole. I don't want to do that. Nana, is he a confidence player? Is he a confidence player? That's the simple one.
Yeah, he is. He is. He 100%.
He is a confident player. He is a confident player. But the key question I keep asking person, everyone, who is succeeding under this present coach? No one.
No. That's rabbit hole stuff. I want to ask existential questions.
See. Okay, now. Let's. Sorry, I'm going to get it. Who is succeeding in Everton? Even all the players that was performing well before Lampard came to Everton, they are all terrible.
Because things look better for you today. Now let's just be a bit more.
No.
So that we don't get stressed out. Let's not get stressed out.
Today we are just lucky. Liverpool is a mid-team team. They are all sitting. They are playing mid-team to both together. So you don't. We
want to give Area Mason, man. We're trying to solve.
Yeah, we'll get there. No. We'll get there. I just want to ask some general questions. Abdul, how come he looks like quite heavy and tired?
He looks tired.
What's up with the boy?
Let me tell you the reason.
He looks very, very fatigued.
I don't know if Liverpool fans have that. Chelsea fans has it where the Lacobam fan that has big social media and social YouTuber. When this guy become bad, they don't want to criticize him. And I keep telling people, Mason in Chelsea Football Club is a squad player. It's not you don't start him in the match.
Yes.
It's a squad player. That's it. So what Lacobam fans will tell you, he needs to play. He needs to do. Why is he playing? I have no answer for that. But I'm happy now that the truth is being put into the way everybody is seeing the right. They say okay, because there was a YouTube I watched, and there was a lady that said, "I Mason Mount is looking terrible." He himself knows he's bad right now, and he's shaking his head. That is someone who backed Mason Mount is a Lacobam fan, and it's coming that I said on YouTube that Mason is bad, and Mason himself knows he's bad. He's shaking his head and say, "I am terrible as a player." He knows. So
Abdullah, what I'm trying to unpack is not sort of tactical. It's more because you guys have watched the player. You've seen him smile. You've all seen him smile. You've seen him lift trophies for you. Okay. No, chill. So what I'm trying to ask is, do you think he is the type of player that needs sort of a full total trust? Like can he play in and out of games? Like can he come, like his edge can come and affect a game in 15 minutes even though he's not played the last two games or something like that?
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say, because I'm not and okay, this is it now. For me, Klopp is the big factor in this one, because player like Mason Mount needs confidence. Is a confidence player, and if you have a manager like Jurgen Klopp that like to hold players, give players confidence, like runners, Mason will work with Liverpool because of Jurgen Klopp, because of the aura of Klopp and the way he is as a manager. He will work in Liverpool because of Klopp, because of the way Klopp does with his player, hugging them, kind of making them. So he will work in Klopp because Mason is a confidence player, and once he has that confidence, that's it. Right now, he's losing that confidence because majority of his fan base that loves him are having a go at him. Now he's even putting his social media out.
He needs to play every week, right, for his mentality.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's
to be
dangerous.
fair, it's unfair. It's unfair, but we haven't seen a situation where, you know what I'm saying, we could judge his professionalism. I think he has to play every week.
He has to play every week, yeah. Yeah, good.
He has to play under a good coach, not every week.
See, that's a way to look at it. I don't know, though. We don't know.
We don't know exactly. We don't know.
Was this
Stop.
successful under? Was this who? How many players flopped under? No matter how, I'm not a big fan of it, but it is not as bad as what we are experiencing.
No, not at all.
No.
I think telling people the problem with most English players and English people, they refuse to learn. Look at
You are right to Mr. Edo.
look at-
You are right to. God bless you.
look at everybody. Look at Burnley. Burnley is at the top of the table. Look at success. Who did he learn from? Even Newcastle coach, he made a statement that he learned from what do you call the guy from Leicester City? This Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe said he learned from. Yes, he said he learned from Leicester City, but he learned from. He called a list of coaches, and these coaches are coaches that have won trophy. For the past 3 days, I've been trying to find where Potter learned from. I've not seen the person. I've not seen it. I'm still looking for who Lampard learned coaching from. I've not seen.
But the issue you have is Mason needs a home, bro.
He needs a home, yeah.
How do you have a rookie? Rookie that has failed every year.
Let me just make it. Okay. You look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? Problem upon problem, media, inside Liverpool silence, right? He has a home, both on the pitch and in the club. Reece James, that side that's his real estate for the next decade or whatever. You look at even Harry Kane. Somebody said mentality, this, that. Harry Kane found a home, especially in this social media, almost constantly toxic football, postmodern world. You need a home because you need somewhere to be able to hold some resistance. If he comes to Liverpool, it's a lot of pressure for a player who, for me, if I had to choose, I would actually choose Declan Rice because I don't think it's an ego thing, but Declan Rice for me is more of like a North Star type of player in terms of, not that Mason Mount doesn't play for the team, but it's about I'm so determined to make the most out of my talents. Whereas with Mason Mount, I do feel like he's caught between two styles of footballer because I do think he can support in the final third, but I also think he can, be a sacrificial lamb and a dog's body. So which coach and which project can he buy into to either be a dog's body or be? I don't think he wants.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Klopp is the perfect man for Mason because Mason is a confidence player, and manager like Klopp, who love to hug players, has that connection with the fans. Mason going to Liverpool is best one because of Klopp. If it's another manager, I'm like, okay, but because of Klopp, I think the home you are looking for, I think we'll find it because you might talk about Lampard, this and that. Tuchel also had that issue with Man City where he loves him, playing him as a back three, back four, back this, back that. I understand that. But Klopp has a dimension formation is 4-4-3, game pressing. Mason is good in pressing and he's a confidence player. And once you have that confidence and he's happy, Ariel, you get him. That's it. Once he's confident and he's happy, let's go. That is Mason. That's it. Once that confidence is in him and he's happy and he's playing very well, that's it.
But Abdul, are you there? This thing, I know it has legs. I know for a fact it has legs. But my thing is, would it crush Chelsea fans to see him leave?
No,
it will crush a certain group of them.
It will crush fans.
And it will crush the problem.
No.
Thank you for
that's the truth. My own motto is Chelsea only. I do not give a fuck about any owner. I don't give a fuck about any player. If you're not gonna win the trophy, fuck off, man. I don't.
That's nice for you. No. That's nice for you. But the truth, is something else. Ariel, the truth is something else.
You know what I think about Mason Mount? He's been given at Chelsea I think maybe because of what coaches see in training, they seem to give him a responsibility bigger than him. You get what I'm saying? And that outweighs him on the football pitch. They think because of what they see in training that he could do wonders. You get what I'm saying? Like he's the type of player for his skill set, you need to maximize his potential, you need to minimize his responsibility. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Is he a talker? Is he a talker on the pitch? Is he a pointer talker like Henderson?
I think, you know what I think? I think players don't really feel him. The players on the pitch, fans love it. The English fans and everybody, and the match going fans, they always love him. And maybe because he's the very nice guy, very likable guy off the pitch, and so that kind of like is the main reason they kind of look at him like, wow, this is one of our own. He claps for the fans. He's like, he understands what the fans need, but with teammates, I don't think a lot of players get along with him. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like he doesn't connect
on an island on the pitch.
But that's why I'm like, it's over, like his responsibilities that is being given on the pitch is bigger than what his skill set can handle. So to maximize his potential, you need to minimize his responsibility on the pitch. Just give him for me, with what I've watched over the years, a few years that this guy has been here, don't give him the left hand side of an attack. You need a certain skill set. It's not a baby's job. And for a kid growing up, if you put him on the left hand side of an attack, that's too much, because you need a certain honestly, like you just need to give him a certain just cover for Trent. That's what I'm saying. He's going to be perfect for Liverpool on the right hand side of the midfield three. He's going to be perfect. Just tell him whenever Trent moves forward, just sit your ass back. Don't go joining the attack all the time. You get what I'm saying?
But you know who played
pass from deep, play the vertical passes a few times.
Gini Wijnaldum.
Yeah, he's more Wijnaldum than Henderson, in my opinion.
Henderson. He's more Wijnaldum.
Wijnaldum.
But the problem with Mace is he doesn't have the defensive discipline of a Wijnaldum. A peak Wijnaldum. The defensive discipline, what I mean is, it's not the tackling or I've barely seen him tackle, sliding tackle and all that. He doesn't do it. He just presses when.
I think he picks his moment to do that. Tackling. I've seen him does it, but he picks his moment to do it. And that is his mentality. That is mentality.
What he does is he pushes. This is why all the coaches that have coached Chelsea, with him, they always want to put him in the attack, because his movement is not that of a central midfielder. He's not a central midfielder with his skill set. He can tell the coach he's a central midfielder, but whenever he steps on the pitch, he doesn't play like one. The choice of his passing and his movement after he passes the ball. If he releases the ball, he runs vertically all the time. And for a disciplined central midfielder that you want Wijnaldum to a type of Wijnaldum, or hence why Henderson plays every time for Liverpool, because of his discipline, because of the discipline, the awareness of how about I don't attack now? How about I just let me see what's going to happen? Let me pick my moment. Let me just relax. He just wants to accelerate the game at 90 kilometers per hour every 5 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's
but Ken Black, he looks tired, bro. He looks tired. He looks tired.
He looked phased out.
Do you know physically tired or mentally tired?
Both of them. Both.
Everyone is tired.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Have you seen that?
I think he's just trying He's just trying to grow beards and all that, man. I don't think he's tired.
No,
No, he didn't tired, man. He doesn't
wait,
even look
wait.
sharp.
King,
He doesn't even look sharp
King,
anymore.
let me tell you
look
something.
at Anbar.
Wait,
It is common among Jersey players.
Listen, this is not the same boy that
on
I
YouTube.
met.
It's
Charlie
not.
King
He's
Black.
tired.
It's not. King, you know when
Why
I
will
know
not be tired
Mason
in
is
a
shaking.
coach
Wait,
that has no ideology?
This is not the same
wait.
boy that I met in
It's
Cali Cup
not.
final
Let's
when you
be
were wearing
honest.
when you were wearing yellow jersey that game, or was it blue? When he
Gosh.
was just
Because the
looking
coach
around like
ideology is different from this. This coach
See.
ideology believes in the defensive part.
this is not the
Defense.
same boy. Oh.
No. It's
The
different.
coach pattern now. Coach don't give him
No,
an instruction. When I play like this.
Wait. You can't keep blaming.
It is written. It is written in Potter's biography.
Wait, Edo. I know you might not be.
So is Edo man? Is it blaming Potter now?
He's blaming Potter for
Yes.
Mason's
It's
bad.
not
Why?
Potter.
Why?
No.
Why?
I disagree. Why?
And me, because Potter is the reason behind all these defense. We have been trying things. I've been complaining about. Okay,
Is it
go and check.
Is it the reason behind his lack of his choice of passing in the final third?
Wait first. Just go. You all have phones, extra phone in your hand. Go and press Graham Potter. When you press Graham Potter on Wiki link, go to the managerial staff. He will tell you, they will read what you are seeing on the pitch.
But Edo, you can't. Wait. No.
I'm telling you, you will see. See, most of.
We're entering black hole.
Edo, man. This is what I want to say. The same Graham Potter you are kind of putting a blame on. He's not responsible for someone who calls himself a 10, but doesn't exhibit the characteristics, the attributes of a number 10 anymore. Like, it's not the reason why. It gets into the what do they call it? In between. It gets in between the lines and passes the ball back. Anytime it gets into
that was the manager. That's not the manager. No, that's not the manager.
He treats the ball like a hot potato. Let me release the ball quick. Let me shoot now. Let me shoot. He's not the reason behind that. Like that's not. They didn't coach him to just make those rash decisions.
Can King Black Alpha? Can he share minutes? Can he share minutes with Navigator? Can he do the small dribbling and progressive pushing like Nabi? Can he share? Because Navigator is always injured for me, but for me, it's our second best midfielder. Can he live? Can he coincide with Thiago Alcantara? Can he follow him around?
I think.
See, that's a very technical question, you know, because when you're talking of playing Thiago Alcantara, Navigator, there is an amount of discipline. You see, what you guys don't know, what Liverpool fans don't know is there's a huge amount of discipline required to do all these things you are talking about. All this there's a huge amount of defensive discipline, awareness. That means you have to be aware, regardless of anything you are doing, whether you are good on the ball to progress the ball or not. As soon as the ball leaves your leg, you need to be scanning around and be okay. What happens now? What if they catch us on the break? You have to be aware. That one comes with your ability. It's not.
So we can move on.
Mount is not aware that of the danger that could happen after he releases the ball.
If the system has been built over time that you pass a C pass defensive pass. Abdul, you have seen my video that I posted on Twitter 2 seasons ago complaining about this style of play where they play a C to pass from Alonso. We go to Chegosiba, we go to Rudiga, we go to Siga, pass the ball to. It is a system that has. We need to remove that four. The four has to be tense.
Wait, Edo. When you talk about system, I can understand that. But Mason Mount in the past 2 seasons, this is not about system. It's about him as a human being. Because when I'm telling you, Mason has checked out both emotionally and physically. That is confirmed.
Don't worry.
Wait. Edo. Mason doesn't look like the player of 2020, 2019, 2018. He has mentally and physically checked out. Something is going on with him, both mentally and physically.
Where do you think between him and Abbott?
See, him and Abbott need to just F off out of my club ASAP.
Thank you. There's a problem in the club.
No. See.
How to run vertically?
Edo man. How did João Felix enter a team?
It is so.
Wait, Edo man. And plays in 10 position that this guy has been playing for 2 years or 3 or 4. And plays there for just 60 minutes. And then what he is supposed to be doing, the simple thing, release the ball, move into space. Just release the ball and move into space. Find the space around. Move into that space and release the ball as well. Move around.
Okay.
Like, you just be versatile with your movement. Don't just move vertically all the time. Look at and Felix did it within 60 minutes.
Yes. Let me answer you.
Why?
What did I say? I always say that you do not judge a player by one match. Wait after 10 matches. That is aside. Now, the key question you need to ask yourself: why did Ziyech perform with his Tunisia team? And he
Morocco.
Thank you. Because now with Morocco, because in Chelsea you see him in the final third, move, beat your man, and the best moving back. Wait, I'm giving you instance. I'm giving you different instance.
Thank you for that example.
What about Pulisic?
Has he been?
Forward?
Wait now.
Pulisic beats it. Wait now. Let me finish this talk. I'm going to give you an illustration of what is happening in Chelsea. Pulisic beats a man and start passing the ball backwards again.
That is not on the manager. That is the player himself. That's
not on the manager. You will see Klopp. Wait, let me say this thing, then you can continue. You will see Klopp. Once they are in their final third, you can see Liverpool have many shots. It can go as high as if you are playing a javelin or you are playing a rugby. But once they are in their final third, they have an intention of taking a shot, losing. But Chelsea is more focused on keeping the possession. What is not clear for them to take shots, they pass it back all over. These two strike at the ball. After 5 matches, they'll be executing the same mouth about behavior.
No,
after 5 matches.
See,
okay, let's
do. We will
5
be
matches.
here.
You what?
See, I will come back. I will be here.
We'll be here. But King,
I can guarantee.
You will see. Wait. That's the same thing that happened to Lukaku. Lukaku pass the ball up front.
Because I want us to move on. I want us to move past this place.
Let me just quickly say, King, can you hear me? Listen, MUDRYK, I might be convinced.
We'll get there.
Abdullahi, will you come to me?
I'm sure it's small.
Okay, so I wasn't in. Come back to me later.
MUDRYK,
I still need time.
Oga Blue said come here.
I hail. Look.
Guys, wait.
Oga Blue said don't go anywhere, Abdullahi.
One after the other. Okay, Eric Blue.
Why must everybody have their opinion on the guy? No wonder he's looking tired.
Can people mute their mics? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I was watching the Redmen TV. It's a Liverpool YouTube channel. And they were doing a preview for the game, and all of a sudden, they started talking about Mason Mount. And I was saying, why are these guys talking about Mount? Interesting. So, I think you got it. You hit the nail on the head. He's checked out. Like, he's on the pitch.
Physically and mentally.
Look, he's not even there. He may as well be a ghost. He's there, but he's not there. This is worse than just being, I'm in bad form. This is not bad form. This is just, he's not even there. He's not present. So, look, man, for me, Mason Mount, I wish you all the best. I actually don't have anything personal against him. I think there's been too much focus on this guy. I don't know what it is, but
You know exactly why.
Well,
You know exactly
we
why.
don't need to look. Enki, I'm not asking. I'm not trying to.
Stop problems. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's not cause some
Let's
problems.
not go there. Let's not go there. Relax.
You know. I live. We live in a certain part of the world. We'll just leave it there. Look.
Wait, did you just tell him that it's on site?
Look,
No.
Relax.
Why are you so violent like this? Me and Eric are glue, man.
Relax. Yeah, look, so
no, but Eric, it's not going to be easy for him to just up and root out of Chelsea to the northwest of England now.
Wait, who are y'all talking about?
Mason is going to Liverpool.
Mason.
Oh, that was such a predictable move, wasn't it?
I mean, he
that's
fits the
so
style,
predictable. That's the only team he fits. Yeah,
headless chicken style. No, but I don't want to disrespect Mount. I think he's done okay for Chelsea, to be honest. It's like he's been bad the whole time he's been here. He's been bad for too long, which is why he needs to leave, probably. But I just think he needs to just do what's best for himself. If he thinks moving away is the best thing, okay, move, make the move. Let's see what you do. And I wish him all the best. If he needs to leave, let him go. It's fine. I don't want to make it look as if, because I already know the narratives that are going to start happening. People are going to start saying, because if he goes to Liverpool and he turns into something else, I don't know, man. But for me, I don't know. We'll see.
Turns into what?
Turns into generational
listen, playing
generational. Don't use generational in Mason.
Hey! You didn't even let me finish. A generational energizer bunny. You'll just be there vibes. That's what you'll be doing.
Playing midfield for my manager.
So a generational track and field athlete.
You will be tracking and fielding all over the place.
Playing midfield for my manager. Let me repeat it. Playing midfield for my manager is not sexy. It's not. When you read the job application, tracking trends up and down.
You also go for good money.
Certified. Mason Mount to Liverpool.
Monday to Friday.
Wait, can you
track
not see
trends.
We can hear you. Yeah. Mason to Liverpool.
Apparently, sorry. Before you go, just one last thing. I think from what I heard anyway, I don't know. Liverpool fans can educate me, but from what I heard in that the podcast I was listening to, they said Liverpool are changing the way they're playing. Maybe they'll start being the midfield's gonna change. They'll start playing with number 8s. Who knows? But if they are, Mason Mount has a place, right? He'll
it's
come
all
to that
a lie.
team.
It's 4-3-3, bro. As well. Klopp will never change.
I'm hearing you guys are slating Pep blinders, man. Everything that goes wrong is Pep blinders' faults, and everything.
No, we just need runners, bro. Mr. Mark can come and run, bro. We need runners.
They need to
run, bro.
Yeah, let me just say something. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
On Mason Mount to Liverpool, is there a transfer that will bother me? No, it really won't, because if you look at it in context, Mason Mount when he first did join, just like the Mason Mount I have on my profile picture, the Mason Mount that I really liked. You know what I'm saying? That one. Ever since him, I think it was just after that Champions League campaign.
This is the Mason Mount. This is the Mason Mount.
Bro, this is the goated Mason Mount.
This is the guy you need. Not the one now. This is the guy you need.
I said, did I not ask you, where is this guy?
Exactly. Where is he gone, bro? This is not Mason Mount at all, bro. I'm telling you.
This is the guy you need, This is the guy you need in your club.
I think we need to go. Man, put up on Stamford Bridge. I don't know, but I'll have to put up posters that Stamford Bridge wanted for this guy. So help me. I just print some out here, and I'll be asking where this guy is. But anyways, he did have a first 2 seasons, yeah, but he started to dip. I mean, badly, massively. I know he won Player of the Month last season, but let's be honest, we all know who really deserved it. For me, Thiago Silva deserved it way back. He had more influence in the team than anyone else last year. For me, like Mason Mount, you can clearly see basics in his game is lacking. And if you look at what we're trying to build in the future, where we have players that are a level upon on their performance better than him. I mean, King Blackie, you even said it. We even discussed it on the space. I mean, like, look at Nkunku is going to come in. João Felix is already in. MUDRYK is in. You know what I'm saying? MADUEKE is in. And then you're going to bring in, like, probably an Enzo in the summer or something. Where does Mason Mount start in this team? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not only the fact that he's not been good. I mean, he's not even been great. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, It's just in general, even in the future, I don't see him having a place at Chelsea at all because he's just not good enough at all. I don't know where it is, but just like he just lacks the basics. The basics, he's just lacking.
This is like a funeral.
You imagine? Oh my days! We're telling the truth, bro. Like some. The thing is,
look, man. One man's trash can be another man's treasure.
And the thing is,
he could go to Liverpool and be good.
Wait, let me finish here. And we have certain stands in our in the club as well. Yeah, for me, I don't like talking about them because it gives me headache every time. And a player just lacking the basics at the club is just we don't need. I mean, look at certain parts of his game. Like certain players are out wide, he will not pass. Chances, he's just right in front of goal. He decides to pass. What? And there's certain times there. How is Nunes able to come and run back from the goalkeeper to where Mason Mount was? I mean, and still lose the ball. What? Do you know what I'm saying? Does this guy lack any awareness behind it? I don't understand. Is he that comfortable? And like, I think, bro, I don't know how we're gonna fix this guy. I really don't. But at the end of the day, the thing is, the sooner we admit it, the better. The more time we're gonna give him. It's just for me. The fans don't help him either. The manager don't help just playing him regularly. The fans don't even help as well. Certain fans on Twitter comparing him to players he should never be in a conversation with. People call him Jonathan Cruyff, the next coming of Lampard. This and that, all that shit. It needs to stop. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? You're doing this to Mount. People like them are doing this to Mount. Because the more you compare these players, the more you're gonna people. That's as far football fans are. You compare a player to this legend, and they're just going to keep focusing on your performances. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not top notch, then they're going to slander you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be the Jonathan Cruyff, this and that, bro. We need to stop this, bro. And I think for me, people would have not gonna had a go at Mount.
Carl, turn off your mic. I'll be able to bring you on. You try to comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I don't think people will be having to go at Mount more if fans didn't put him in that pedestal where he's competing with Jonathan Cruyff. He's the upcoming of this, bro. We need to stop this. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Like, look at the way Ziyech was slaughtered as well. Like when he was under Tuchel didn't even use him correctly. He played as a wing back. Do you know what I'm saying? People ignored other people's performances in the team on that season, and only put Ziyech and Lukaku. That's it. But when it's Mason Mount, people will say, look at other players. Look at other players. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Mason Mount today. Let me tell you this shit.
We'll come to today. Saturday, the problem is, me as a fan watching, I know the truth, but Lacoban fans doesn't want to say.
That's the problem.
Saturday, they are protecting him, which I'm like, you have to open your eyes and see the right thing. Mason has been checked out for the past 2 seasons. But we keep saying manager this, manager that, manager this. This guy is not the Mason Mount we know 3 years ago.
And they downplay in Abdullahi, and they downplay other players around him that have been playing good just because of his failures. Let me tell you this year, it's crazy because when it's a topic about criticizing Mason Mount, it's about have a go at the other players as well. Let me tell you this today. All the other players today, other than Mount, were playing well. They played well for Mount, and I'm hearing, you know what? Let me tell you this: Mount plays well when the team is playing well. You know what I'm saying? The team played well. Why didn't he not play well? He's just not that. He's just not good anymore. He's fed. I don't know what it is, but it's scary how he's 23 and he's already fallen off the cliff, and he's soon going to be turning into his prime at 24. And what is he going to be doing?
Look, man, players just have bad runs of form. Like Rashford had a full year. Rashford had a full year of not looking like a footballer. Look at he's on a purple patch right now.
That's just all it is. Open our eyes and realize it. Certified wait. That's why I say I told Arium. I told Arium, and I'm going to say it again. Mason is a confidence player. And
that's what he is. Yeah,
Georgian club, that confidence will bring him back because what you need right now is someone that can love him. I can give him a hug. I can tell him, okay, I know how you're good as a player. We're gonna play you this way. Don't worry.
Abdullahi, what he needs is Abdullahi, what he needs is competition. That's what he needs.
Abdullahi. I think Liverpool fans are kind of like moving away from the main elephants in the room. Like, why don't you ask Klopp? What do you need Mount for? It's like the fans are actually just imagining and envisioning Mount as like the Jordan Henderson replacement and all that. Like, what exactly does
There's
his
no
team
way.
need?
There's no way he can do that role, bro. There's no
Like,
way.
what exactly does your coach and why does he want Mount? Really?
Listen,
After watching him for how many
he
years? Like, he's been playing like
Abdullah, can I have a
at the
few
at the
words
left
on
side
that?
of the
Sure.
attack all the
Abdul,
time.
Abdul, go ahead.
You know.
Abdul, go ahead.
he can't even think about
Let King
it,
Black finish, please.
bro.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
you get what I'm saying,
Do that.
Irium. So like,
Do that.
what exactly does your coach really need? Because your coach went to get Darwin Nunes to replace Mane. He got Gakpo because of four games in the World Cup, and
Oh,
you're
don't do
all
that.
over the
Don't do that.
place
Don't do
right now.
that.
No,
Don't
he
do
had
that.
All
good
over.
numbers. He had good numbers at PSV,
But he's not an
but he's
explosive.
not good. Yeah, exactly. Like
Bro,
he's not
he's not even
explosive.
he's
He
not
doesn't look like a
explosive.
Klopp player at
You get
all.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and now
Also,
he wants
I
Mount.
like Mount. I'm like,
He's about to destroy your club right now.
Bro,
And
bro,
you
bro.
know,
Listen, I believe Mason Mount will sign his contract at Chelsea. Nobody has made any inquiry for Mason Mount.
But
Look,
then look,
There's
but
no
then he
way.
wants,
There's
but then
no
he wants,
way.
wait, but then he wants the
like
wages. That's the problem.
this rumor
no,
serious.
No, but
Iriam, I'm
there's
telling
no
you right
way
now. Iriam,
Mount is getting
wait.
that contract with the
No,
players they
Iriam,
have right now on the
He's
team.
not getting 300k. I'm telling
There's
you right
no
now,
way.
no way.
Bro,
No
man
way.
turned down. Let me tell you, man turned down 200k. What makes you think
He turned down
they'll
200k.
allow him to sign 300k, bro? They're not gonna.
Are
You
you
think
I'm
Kunte
telling
will
you,
allow?
he's turned down 200k. And you telling me
Abdullah, do you know what's
Boni and
crazy?
Bivel
Iriam,
pay
Iriam,
300?
you know what's crazy?
Can we
You
pause?
have the Mount type of player in your team already.
Can we just
Is
pause? Are you guys? You think
you
he's
do have the Mount type
Liverpool?
of player. You have what's his name?
Do you know
Chamberlain.
Konate is on 70k in my club? Mount is going to come and collect 200k. Where?
You
He's
get
going
what
to
I'm
earn more
saying?
than Henderson.
Oh.
You know Henderson is on 180k. Mason Mount is going to come to Liverpool and collect 200k.
Mount was offered twice his wages, but he rejected. Like, bro.
And he's going to come to Liverpool and collect it in the Northwest. Where? Please. What kind of nonsense rumor is this? Liverpool is not the place to use for wages.
He might just go to Newcastle or
At
some
Chelsea
shit.
right now,
Well, he can go to Newcastle and go and collect
wait.
that money.
You man, Mason Mount right now is on 85k at Chelsea a week.
Yeah,
so,
that's nice for him now.
Yeah, so I don't think he gets 100k at Liverpool.
So let me Abdul.
Mason Mount wants to come to Liverpool and ask the club for wages. Where?
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Can you guys just allow me to like
talk.
conclude before you start before you jump in? And I'll make it as brief as
But you haven't spoken. You literally haven't spoken until now. You didn't even start. You didn't even begin before concluding.
Yeah, but we know how it is anyway on this stream. So the first thing I would like to say is I think you guys are a bit harsh on Mason Mount as of today. Look, let me just give you a brief stuff on this guy. See, based on today's game, no Chelsea player had a bad game today. They might not have been good or great.
Sorry, land.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't watch the game, but I heard it was really bad. I heard
land. Sorry, Abdul, land.
Let me finish. Okay. Now, Chelsea players did not have a bad game today. Some of them might have had an average game, but none of them had a bad game today. That's number one. Number two, let's go through Mason Mount, just quickly. Okay. When Mason Mount was at Derby, I started following him then because I knew about his background. At Derby, playing for Lampard, he was a championship player. He played like a championship player. Okay. Then he came to Chelsea the following season. He was, in my own eyes, football eyes, he was still playing like a championship player, doing a lot of effort, a lot of trial, a lot of well done kind of football in that season. But then the following season, when we won the Champions League, he actually stepped up. His football went up a level, and he was one of the best players in the league that season. We won the Champions League, and everybody thought Mason Mount has arrived, i.e., he stepped up. Okay, and we're all thinking that is how he will either going to remain at that level or go to the next level. The following season, after we won the Champions League, he went back to that championship player of the previous season before we won the Champions League. For whatever reason, I don't know. But
So
then,
wait, but are you trying to say that that's what he's
let me
always
finish.
been?
Oh my God, let me finish. But then, a lot of our players then did not match their level in that championship, in that Champions League winning season. For whatever reason, we don't know. Okay. Half of the season was involved in Chelsea being sold, Chelsea looking for buyers, and all this. And these guys are human beings. Maybe this affected them. We don't know. Okay, that season, the only person or the only player we can categorically say that whatever was happening around Chelsea did not affect his game or actually motivated him positively was Rudiger. Most of our players were stagnated or they were stagnant at the best. Okay. Now, in this season, we all know Chelsea has not been playing well. We've only started picking up our our levels maybe after the World Cup, maybe 2 3 games, um, 2 or 3 games after the World Cup. Okay, we started being okay-ish, but we've not been playing that well this season. Okay, but then a lot of people will remember in this season, and I've been saying it for so many times, and you guys can testify. Most of you guys can testify to it that in order to help Mason Mount, you have to simplify his game for him. He is that type of player. Mason Mount is not Felix. He's not Mudryk. Okay, Mason Mount is Mason Mount. You have to simplify his game for him. You have to give him specific responsibility. Okay, and I always compare him to the guy at Real Madrid. I say you give him that role
Federico
of
Valverde. Okay.
Valverde, the right channel, just go run up and down, and attack and defend. Simple. Because if you look at him, okay, and I compare him sometimes to Lampard, and I've challenged people on this stream, but they make excuses or give other reasons. I said Lampard, the greatness in Lampard's football was the goals he accumulated over his career. If we remove those goals, Lampard would be just like an average player. People talk about assist, but that's a different argument. Okay. Lampard's main responsibility was just score goals, arrive at the box and score us goals, and that is what he did season in, season out. That I'm using that example because that is a simplified responsibility or function of a player. You have to simplify Mason Mount's game for him. You see, all that he plays number 10, 360 player, Mason Mount is not at that level when it comes to football. He's not at that level. We have to simplify it for him. Another thing I want to raise quickly is, you see, when you make it as a footballer to this level, it's no more about ability. It's 90% mental, and 10% is just your talent. I saw him I think maybe the season before Lampard left. Also, the season Lampard left, I think I saw an interview maybe that season, and he said something like, people don't really understand. People need to realize that I'm still young, I'm still growing, I'm still learning. I thought to myself then, no, that's not the right mentality. Because if you listen to an interview where Clarence Seedorf granted when he was 19 or 20 as well, I think maybe 1 year to the World Cup, 94 World Cup or so, and he was coming online. I mean, he was coming, he was getting his own recognition then. I don't think he had even played like 30 games for Ajax then. He was saying, oh, I'm going to make the World Cup, and if I make the World Cup, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's contrasting mentality. So I don't really know what's happening to him now, but I think number one, we are being quite harsh, if not too harsh on him. Number two, somebody has to simplify his game for him. And people are talking about him going to Liverpool and replacing Anderson. If he goes to Liverpool, replace Anderson, what does that mean? He's going to play number 6. Okay? Imagine we turn him to a number 6 in Chelsea. There's going to be like a protest. that we are the golden boy. We're trying to damage the golden boy and all that. But this new Chelsea, this new era Chelsea, if he's not going to be maybe a squad player, maybe he has to change his position as a footballer.
Abdul, number 6 can walk. Oh, you just woke my brain up. Hey.
Yeah, but does he even have the mentality to have that? Does he have that kind of mindset?
Listen,
that okay, I'm not
what
going
you
to
just said just woke my brain up. Number 6. So
he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the discipline to play as a 6. It's
listen. All you have to do number
thank
6
you very much. Thank you. Because no. I'm just saying. People that are saying he's going to Liverpool to replace Anderson. That means he's going to convert to a number 6. Can Mason Mount do that?
No.
So anyway, that's my quick take.
You have to be drunk if you thought Lewis Hall played well today. I'm sorry. The guy stunk.
Who said Lewis Hall played well?
Abdul said no one in this Chelsea team played badly. That's a lie.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Chimere and Mr. Carl, quick. Mason to Liverpool.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
want me to go?
No, let Chimere go then I'll come to you.
Okay, Chimere, go ahead.
Well, I feel like, man, you're Chelsea. To be honest with you, I feel like you Chelsea fans, you guys talk too much about Mount, man. Like, it's Mount every time. Like, the guy he's a solid player. A couple years ago, he had 16 assists. There's more than assists than all these guys that everybody says, these Felix, all these dudes that, bro, can't even struggling to score 5 goals in Spanish league. That everybody hypes up, you know? He's got 16 assists in the whole season. Felix, if he does one touch of a rainbow flip, we all celebrate. You know what I mean? Like, Mount isn't a bad player. He has the team as a whole has declined. The players of the team have declined. So his performance has declined with everybody else's performance. But you need players like him because like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in the midfield now if you let him go? What are you gonna do in the midfield now?
See, the problem with it is I understand what you said, but my issue with Mount is Mount has checked out 2 years ago, and I said it again. He has mentality and physical problem, and when the player has that, I am worried as a fan because the Mason Mount I know is from Derby County to Chelsea. That's the Mason Mount everybody want to see.
Mason, Abdullah, show the picture again.
No, okay, but Abdullah, let me ask you a question.
Picture. Put the picture. This is the
you see this Mason Mount here?
Abdullah, let me ask you a question.
You see this Mason here? This is the Mason Mount everybody love.
No, but Abdullah,
I miss him. Where is he, bro?
Abdullah, but the thing that's confusing me is, why is Mount the center of focus?
It's always going to be him.
So many underfoot players at this club. Why is it always Mount?
See, this is what I was saying, bro. When it's about
certified weight, it will be him. You know why Chimere will be him? See, half of Chelsea fan base, especially the Lacoban fans, they don't like to criticize him because he's the darling Chelsea. But when you have brain as a football panel and you watch ball, you will know every player and manager deserve criticism if you don't do well. Mason has been on par, but because it's from Lacoba, don't worry. The players is trash. Don't abuse Mason Mount. But Chimere,
I blame it on Lampard, Abdullah. I blame Lampard.
My question is, we are blaming other players in terms of decision making. Please, Mason Mount to get to the final third for him to make decision is a problem. So now, I'm asking myself
But that's an issue for a lot of your players. Not him,
yes.
The whole team as a whole.
No, but in this game, there were not many issues. Let's be honest.
I know.
That's cap. That's cap.
Wait,
Chimere. What do you mean it's cap?
I get what you mean.
It's cap.
Wait.
Warren Z.
Now wait. Chimere, my problem.
Tell me Ziyech was bad.
I get what you said when they played.
No, he was the only good player.
MUDRYK didn't play well.
Wait. Guys, we'll get there. Chimere, I get what you said when you said the players are trash. But Mason is physically and mentally checked out. See, there was a YouTuber I watched. That guy, the lady said, "I am a He said, "I'm someone who supports Mason and I'm part of the Cobham people." He said, "But when I look at Mason body language, he said it clearly. He has checked out, and him himself knows because it was like this. Oh my God, Mason knows himself that he's checked out. He just tried to overdo stuff he doesn't need to overdo." And the guy was like, "I support Mason from day one." But he has Chimere, for a fans who support Mason from day one, said he has checked out. There's something going on with him. There is something going on.
There is something going on. But my thing is saying is, I mean, Mason Mount. Well, that's what I was saying. Mason Mount's the least of Chelsea's worries. I'm saying, I think with the team, the way the team is going, bro, the team is declining as a whole. Players are just not playing well as a whole. So it doesn't matter. It don't matter
but with
what
the
player
players
it
they're
is, bro.
bringing in, there's just no room for
That was
Mason
my
Mount
point.
is best. Mason Mount is best as a player that plays behind the striker, basically.
I don't think so.
That's where he plays, man. He's an attacking midfielder.
I think
that's what Mount is. He's an attacking midfielder.
But I'm saying, with these players they're bringing in, bro, what have they done? Like I don't get like
they're just better, bro. They're just
Let me just say something. Based off the fact that they can control the ball. For me, I do think competition. I think competition will kick Mount. I think the competition in his spot.
So you're gonna tell me? So you're telling me Mount? You're telling me Mount?
I don't think he gets enough competition in his.
Let me be clear. I don't know why you're making a fuss about this guy. This guy is not good enough for y'all going forward. With the players you have coming in.
God bless you.
That's
what I'm saying. He's not
good for saying now. What's the nonsense?
This is it.
Ogaka, he see. Someone said, Chimere said, we are making falls about. He's the one making the falls about himself. He's the one attracting those attention to himself by himself.
Okay, but is it only
he's the only one.
Players underperforming.
Hold on.
But how many people are rejecting the contract and putting he wants to be on the same contract with Ryan Sterling? Like.
The only
how many academy players are doing that all over the world?
Look, but if I'm Mount's agent,
let's be honest.
Oh wait, I'll let
me hear Carl. The only reason why this guy has any credibility whatsoever is because they won the Champions League. Period.
I don't agree with that, man.
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
He was playing well.
He was
playing well. Where did he finish in the league?
16 assists.
He was playing well. Where did he finish in the league?
What is it? What I'm saying, but how he was performing well individually.
My point is Mason Mount going to take you to the next level?
No.
Period.
Did he take us to the next level? Just answer the question.
See, Chimere, would you take Mount over James Ward-Prowse? So I've said it here before.
James Ward-Prowse?
Yes, I would take Ward-Prowse.
You're doing way too much. You're doing way too much.
Wait. As a central midfielder, NK, as a central midfielder. If you have ever played football, ever, you're telling me.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I said that Mount is an attacking midfielder. That's what he is. And the reason because he's an attacking midfielder, like Felix and Nkunku, MUDRYK, there's no place for him. There's no place for him.
I think we interrupted Carl.
Carl, Emmy said something the last time he came. Emmy said he's worried for Mason Mount as a human being. He said Mason as a player, it can be a squad player. He said he understands. He said, does he have that mindset can his brain kick in and say, okay, the team is playing.
Well, Abdullah, the problem is not
he said he doesn't have the mentality.
Hold on, Abdullah. The problem, to answer your question, the problem is not the brain or the hard work. He has the hard work. He can apply in his brain if he wants to play. The problem is with the quality of players you're bringing in, where does he fit?
I don't know. That's what the question. We don't even know.
That's where it comes to the question. This is where it comes to the question. On the long term, if you're going to be that title-winning team, I'm talking, you're going to see City, Liverpool. Do you see Mount in that category, like in that starting 11?
Of course.
Yeah, you need squad.
Wait. Why though? AK, why do you see him?
I'm seeing potentially Xhaka being in that mode. Why can't I say? Why can't I say?
No, but AK,
what are the same players, bro?
That's the point. That's not the point. It's the quality, it's the standard. The standard's not that high. The hell?
No, but AK, this
you're admitting the prem isn't really that high.
No, but AK, this is why I don't get.
If Xhaka is this guy that is starting games and they also are on their way to the title.
Oh, Shaka's
why can't
Shaka's a good player though.
No, he is. I'm not saying he's bad, but you might not act like Mason is chopped liver, man. Stop.
Yeah, I agree on that. I just don't think there's no place. I just think there's no place for
it's possible. Yeah.
What if these dudes don't pan out though, bro? That's the thing. what if they don't pan out? Like we're assuming they're gonna pan out based on their potential, but we
They'll
thought the
pan
same
out,
thing when
bro.
it's
It's
we thought the same thing
impossible.
when they spent money on all those players a couple years ago
the
too.
problem, you know, the problem is I said it. I don't want to mention their names because I know them very well. We follow each other a lot on social media, and I keep asking them the same question: why don't you want to criticize Messi, Mount, and Kyle?
Oh, this guy.
At this moment, I haven't get a response from them. I have not get a response from them. So
Kai
I
Havertz
keep
is
asking,
trash.
no. Chimeri, we criticize Pep Guardiola, judging club and majority of the players because we believe there's high standard where you can do better. But if I criticize Mason and Kai Havertz, they will stone you.
No. I'm like, no. You see this guy? No.
We have to be factual.
No.
I'm not joking.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
like,
joking.
the
I'm being
issue
serious.
is no. I'm like, shall I tell you what the issue is? The issue, from what I'm seeing, is that the same reason why Mason is so loved by a certain portion of the fan base is the same way people go at him harder. It's because of what he stands for, and this is not football. I'm just leaving it there.
No. Let's not.
It's nothing to do with football.
Let's not go there.
It's not football.
No. Let's not go there.
I'm just saying that's the reason why I'm like.
I don't want to go there.
I'm like, that's the reason why you're seeing this. That's why you're seeing a division because the same match doing fans.
No. Do you know why that's objective? And you know, I like to banter with you, but do you know why that's objective now?
Why,
bro? Is he a better attacking midfielder than James Maddison? If we want to do the GNA thing, yeah.
Nope.
Is he better
that's fair. That's fair.
As an attacking midfielder?
Nope.
I mean, that's fair, to be honest.
No comment.
So don't try and suggest it's an Anglo-Saxon thing.
It is though because area might think area.
There's two angles.
Yo, that's such a weird. You always using that point, AK. That shit's
it's
so
the
weird.
truth, though. Why?
Just get to the just keep it football, man.
No, but Tosin, why is he such a?
How come Madison has the streets? How come Madison has the streets?
Okay, we know why, but
why does Madison have the streets? Because he's nice.
I don't understand. I don't know, but I don't understand why this is such a huge topic.
Okay, you understand. You're a smart man. You understand.
Yeah, it's there's only one way.
Mounts with Madison now.
No, but the difference is Madison isn't. He's not an academy product.
Outside the question, Eric, would you swap Mounts with Madison? Football for football.
Yeah, I would swap to see how Madison works in this team. No, but we don't know what Madison would do at Chelsea. We know what he's doing for Leicester.
The boy is nice.
No worries.
Yeah,
Kim
like
Black,
he's a better player.
I want to come to you.
He's just a better footballer. That's all.
Mr. King, is your mic working?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sir, let's talk. I haven't watched him much. I only watched him in the UCL against, I think, Celtic and Madrid. And after this thing we did, I took my time to sit down and have a good watch about him. And I would not lie, I am impressed with what I saw with Mikhailo MUDRYK. What a player. What a player. And I don't want to talk too much, but I am impressed. It's the first time ever as a Chelsea fans having a baller in the squad. It's been long. Hazard, I remember that was the only time I said, okay, as a Chelsea fans, I'm in love. And right now, I am in love with what I'm seeing in Stamford Bridge. Thank you, God. I'm in love. Football has finally come back. Finally.
Wait, but first of all, he's not. But didn't y'all have João Felix just play last week to say he's the first baller?
Like I don't.
What?
Mute your mic, Tosin.
Mute my mic for what?
I have suffered enough. Let me enjoy. I have suffered. Let me enjoy.
No, you can. I'm just saying that you have multiple ballers. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm getting.
Now we have multiple ballers. Before we had road runners and brain dead players. Now we have ballers.
Oh, this
Do you know what we're
Hey, by the way, man, y'all need to stop that 15 looking weird as shit, man. Y'all need to give that man the 10.
No,
once
that hospital guy leave,
don't forget Omari Hutchinson, man. Shout out Omari.
Mute your mic. When that hospital boy,
Yo,
Kim Black,
that was evil. That's evil. That's evil.
Shout out Mario, man.
Relax. Mute your mic. Kim Black, your boy. Talk about your boy. I know you can have a talk about
Mikhailo. Mikhailo.
Wait, hold on. Before you
Okay.
go,
I'm not
can
gonna
I
say
just
anything.
ask?
Yeah.
I just want to ask a very, very quick question. I'm just curious. He's wearing gloves. Isn't this guy from Ukraine?
The black talk.
Maybe his blood is still frozen. Anyway, Mikhailo Modric, he hasn't. Yeah, I think he hasn't played any football at all since November,
Yes.
and that's like how many months? That's a lot of time to be away from football. And stepping on an occasion like this for 35 minutes only, completing more dribbles, winning more ground duels, and all these things more than honestly, it's a disgrace. Honestly, it's I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this guy is gonna do in the Premier League. Um, I mean, Milner felt his impact within 5 minutes. He felt his impact. He had to get a yellow card because because at the pace that this guy was running, I'm sorry, man, it's curtains. Konate saw his life flash before his eyes because he was like, I have this covered. But the next minute, he saw this guy trying to blitz past him. I was like, oh, and I love that. I have always loved quick players with, and it's not just his speed. I think people are just people are not. If you pay attention to this guy's passing also, I think there's something about his passing and the way he could. He's more like a playmaking winger,
He's a
sort
number
of.
10. He's a number
Yeah,
10 that plays on the
yeah,
left. That's what he
that plays
really
on the
is.
left. Yeah, exactly. So and that's really really good. That means if he's not scoring, his overall game would be really good, and which is something I love. It's not the type of player that you can say, okay, he's been trashed but he scored. No, it's like he's gonna probably give you eight
Kim Black,
eight or
wait.
nine over 10
Area,
every game.
why
Like,
is Milner bending down for him? Why is Milner bending down?
bro, if you see someone running like that, you'll be like, what was this guy
Bro,
trying to
that
do?
was a brilliant foul. Very, very experienced foul, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
an
enjoyed
experience
that
foul.
foul.
That
That's
was
an
a red card.
experience
Yellow
foul.
card. I enjoyed that yellow card now. This guy wanted to come and announce himself. Better sit down, bro. I'm 37. What rubbish announcement. Did you see the way he kept his studs down? He kept his studs down. Chop him. Man, cool
Bro,
down.
and the other and the
100
and the
M.
other and the other move inside that box, just that quick foot in the very small space. This is what I'm saying, man.
No,
This
like
is what I'm saying.
he does a croqueta and then he like he
Yeah,
just controls the ball with his left foot, two
bro. That
touches. I'm
and
just like, Hooper,
that's
this nigga is a baller. He's a
at
fucking baller,
in a
bro.
very
I'm just
small
like,
space. Oh,
yo, he starts with a croqueta and then does
and
that little shift with his left foot around
The left foot,
Joe
yeah.
Gomez. I was like, this guy is
he's giving me name. He's
like,
giving me Neymar
he's a
vibes, man.
Neymar fan.
What
He's
the
like
hell?
Neymar and Bale. He reminds me of Neymar. This guy is a Ballon d'Or level talent.
And
No,
bro, but to
yeah,
his
he's giving me
independence,
Neymar
I
vibes,
like him.
man.
He's a little bit
Now,
bow
fuck that.
legged, which
The
is always
Ukrainian Messi,
fresh.
fam. Allow it. The Ukrainian Messi, go on.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
fresh.
The
you man,
Ukrainian Neymar,
you
man.
man, Tosin, you
Relax,
really are
relax.
playing to the choir, man. Yo, don't do this.
No, I'm not.
Nah.
No, I've been a MUDRYK dude. Like
I
when
get
he was
it, I
going to
get it,
Arsenal,
Tosin, please.
I was like, shit. But no, now that y'all got him, it's like, man,
I
like
can't
this
say,
is
guys. I can't wait for the combo of
February,
this
no,
guy,
February
this
11,
guy,
February 11. Modric,
this.
Felix, and
No.
and
I'm
the
not
other guy.
concerned. I'm waiting till Nkunku comes in and these guys take the game away from
on the
you, man.
counter. On the counter, it's gonna be stupid.
It's curtains.
It's gonna be stupid.
My thing is though, you
I will
could
get
see
to
what
you.
you could see what you could see what Arteta was going to do. That's the scary thing. If Arteta got this guy,
Bro, it would have been so bad for the Premier League. It would have been so bad on that left hand side. No. I mean, this guy is hard to act, man.
Oh, they
Like
got the MUDRYK.
Kvaratskhelia, like he's valued at 100 million, and rightfully so. Like he's a good player, but I'm telling you,
I think it's over 100.
MUDRYK, yeah, like
He's
but
not getting
MUDRYK
sold.
MUDRYK has more
Kvaratskhelia is not
natural
getting sold.
talent. MUDRYK has more natural talent than Kvara. Natural talent, like with the way MUDRYK controls the ball, like
Well, I think
I'm telling you.
Kvaratskhelia just he looks more
So,
established.
King,
You get what I'm
please, are
saying?
you
Like
guys selling Kai
Kvaras-
Havertz finally? Are you guys selling Kai
Yeah,
Havertz?
we're
Or...
selling this.
I
no,
think
no,
he's
no, no,
gone.
no,
Wait.
no,
He's
no, no. I
not
don't
going
I don't think
anywhere.
so.
I think
He's
he
not
should
going
leave.
anywhere.
Is he for
The
You
sale?
guys are saying he's not
report,
going anywhere, but
the
Mason's the
report
one
is
that's on
saying
your mind.
it's going
Abi,
to buy
stop.
No,
him.
relax. I didn't say I
Stop.
wanted to stay.
We can get
Stop
the
Let's
it.
best
continue
for
more,
Havertz.
guys. Let's talk about
I'm not gonna lie. I would keep Havertz. I would keep
I will
him.
keep Havertz
Please,
as well,
please,
man.
get more.
I'll keep him
No,
as
please, I
well.
want to buy all the
With this play
leftovers. Give me them.
with these
Bring, bring,
players
bring,
are
bring,
these
bring,
Players
bring
players
them to
around,
me.
it's
Bring
just a
them
whole
to
different
me.
ball game. It's a whole different ball game.
yeah, with these players around Havertz, I'm sorry, man. He's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same Havertz. I'm not gonna lie. With Nkuku just in front of Havertz, bro, it's different. It's gonna be different. I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna be the same thing. With a better midfield that could stop an attack, that could keep you in your half, and with those guys around him, bro, it's different. It's different.
It's
So man,
yo, the look is
I'm
way different, dog.
Fair
Like
enough.
shit.
bro.
Abdul,
That cross from ZH where he was trying to control that ball,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. That would have
yeah,
been so sick.
Can you hear me?
exactly. Yeah, I can hear you. Mikhaila Modric.
Right.
Abdul, why do you use him as your profile picture? Why?
No, 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 no.
You came from Sekou Fofana
Abdullahi,
yesterday to
Abdullahi.
Abdul, why do you use him as a why?
Abdullahi is
Why?
a baller. Is a baller. Abdullahi. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Like 2 streams ago, you were asking me questions about this guy,
Yeah.
and I started diagnosing what I saw from my studies, and I think where's Blue Eyes, by the way? He's not here.
He's not here. He's not here. He's not here.
Okay,
That's a
because Blue Eyes was the first person to shut me down, saying I didn't know what I was talking about, and then I think NK was jumping on the wagon as well, telling me.
Oh, look at this guy! Look at this guy. Go ahead.
NK is always sitting on the fence. NK is always sitting on the fence.
And you know what I said? What I said, it's unfortunate I'm not good at like providing receipts. It will have been a very good one, because I said, where is Tosin? Because I was saying to them, somebody needs to explain. Tosin, these were my words in like 2 streams ago. I said, somebody needs to explain to me what this guy is doing with the ball, how this guy plays his own football, because I don't understand it. And they took an offense to it for whatever reason. And I'm glad Tosin is here, because those phrases Tosin was using, I don't have it in my own football dictionary. So I'm glad you're here. And another thing he mentioned is like Neymar. When he said Neymar, this guy is Neymar with pace. So you can imagine what that would look like.
Hey, Abdul, they are literally clipping you, man. They are literally clipping you. They're
Who's
clipping
No,
you.
his idol is Neymar, but Neymar had pace in his younger years. Don't act like
Abdul, they're clipping
No.
you, man.
Neymar has
Yeah,
pace.
Neymar was fast
Neymar
in his
has
prime.
pace.
Come on.
But what I'm saying is this guy is a quicker version. This is the only thing I can think about that this guy this guy I can sort of like compare to in terms of his football skills.
Yeah, no, his idol is Neymar.
Do you think he's the
I
fastest
don't
in the
Neymar.
league?
Okay.
This is the video I was shared though. This is the video I just shared me today.
Do you man think he's the fastest in the league?
No. But I'm struggling to say who's faster, to be honest.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying he is, but I'm just asking. Because I've heard
is Salah still fast?
One thing is I'll just quickly say this. Okay. I can talk about this guy for the next 4 hours. Okay. And it will just be based on just 3 90-minute games I've watched about this guy. Okay, but people were disputing everything I was saying on the last stream about this guy. That's number 1. Number 2 is going by what the media are now saying about this guy since we got him. I can categorically say if this guy had gone to Arsenal, or if Arteta was able to secure this guy.
Oh man, you got the video. Oh, you got the video. Oh shit.
Abdullahi, are you sure you're allowed to play this?
Yeah, I'm sure. Without volume.
Please.
Without volume, no worries.
Please.
Without violin, it's fine.
Don't play for longer than
Abdullah,
like.
this is the funniest thing about media football, especially in England. If this guy had gone to Arsenal, it would have been a different narrative.
Wait, who's that dude falling on his ass? Like,
It was
wait, who?
Chukwemeka. It was Chukwemeka.
Yeah,
Oh man, he's
yeah.
so
Don't do that. Toaster, don't do that, man.
so
That's your
clumsy.
guy as well.
So
Don't do that,
clumsy,
man.
man.
He fell twice. Don't do that, man.
Bro,
like,
Yo,
That's
Wait,
relax.
Abdullah, can I just make a point before I go?
Chukwemeka is suspect.
Go ahead.
No, like for me, Modric is a very good gem. You know what I'm saying? And a player like that could be very, very key for us in the future. Do you know what I'm saying? Looking at that performance as well and knowing how like the time he just came back without no football since November is just crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? But it does put a light on the squad we have in general. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not really great, but we're still building on it. But for me, I think the reason why we're so up and up with Modric's performance is because I don't know the last time since Hazard we've had such a technical and calm, composed player dribbling. Like, can anyone name one? Maybe you can say Pulisic, but
Hudson
in his
Odoi.
prime, but
Mute your mic. Mute that mic. Mute that mic. Mute that mic. Mute that mic.
I think I need to put him in the background.
Excuse me.
What about your boys? Yes.
Hudson Odoi when he first stepped onto the
I
scene.
said my boys here. Let me show you. I don't support any players.
Hey.
I'm just saying I don't support any players for me. But yeah, back on Modric. Modric is a gem, bro. Like he can do wonderful things for us in the future, and even could be our next Hazard. I'm not saying he could. I'm not saying he will, but he could. João Felix as well, another baller. You know what I'm saying? Came in as well. He didn't even have a proper training session. Came in, pulled out. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine Chelsea with
Like,
both of them in the same team.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine they played today. We're winning that game. I'm telling you. And they started. We're winning that game. You know what I'm saying? But like for me, Modric is turning out to be a good signing. But I do think I want to see him in the long run. Let's not like do this.
Such a bad guy. You know what Arsenal fans, one Arsenal fan stated, he said, "You guys are evil." He said, on the long run, he said he's a very good player.
You see, Arsenal
But
fans.
he said, you know what he said? Arsenal fans told me, "You guys are evil. It will get injured for the next 1 year." I was like, relax, just relax.
These Arsenal fans here, the top of the league, yet they're still missing the place where they've always been finishing. I don't mind swapping league positions if that's what they want, but because they seem to be missing that place a bit too much, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I've also heard them flip-flopping. Modric is a bad player. They looked at the you know what I'm saying? But that's just them. But for me, yeah, I said what I said with Modric, you know what I'm saying? I do think the team still needs building, especially we do need a DM. And one more thing I want to say, there's this fullback that we're looking at, Malo Gusto. You might have a look at it.
Yeah, I'll look at him. Yeah.
This guy is great. He's a good player, you know, and he's great backup.
Not Melo, not Mal. It's Malo Gusto, bro.
Malo Gusto.
Look at this.
He plays for Leon.
Yo, his name literally means bad luck in Spanish.
Really?
Malo Gusto.
Oh my God! Don't sign him, man. Don't.
No, but no, he's actually a good player though.
He's a good player. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've watched him against us, and like he really like.
You know, he's not expensive.
But
as well.
I don't see why he would go though. Like I think he sees himself as like a starter at a big club.
No, because like, I think he wants a bigger challenge.
But Reece James, like he'll never displace Reece James. Like I think
he won't, but like you know, with the way Reece James has been getting injured, you do need that. And there's no word of a doubt. Aspie won't be staying in this squad.
Aspie won't be staying, so he'll probably come.
And that's what I'm saying. Like for me, he's a good backup. Only 19, and he starts not expensive as well. I heard he's going for around 25 million euros, 10 million euros ish. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that Arsenal put a bid, but apparently I don't know if that's true. Apparently that was too much money to pay. Do you know what I'm saying? 25 million euros. So Chelsea do have their eye on him at the moment. I even saw Fabrizio's video on YouTube.
Fabrizio said already, yeah.
I do hope we get him because he's.
He said in the next few days we will know about Malo Gusto.
I would have preferred that Frimpong guy.
The midfield area. That debate about it a lot. So
yeah, Ariam.
At this point, I don't care.
Michaela Modric.
But anyways, after cut. Anyway, big up everyone. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Take care.
Ariam,
told you,
Mikhailo Mudryk.
I might be convinced. I'm like Tosin and NK. The quicker you form your opinion, the better. So for me, he's a little bit bow-legged, which is also quite good. So I'm a bit stressed. He looks nice.
NK, relax.
And he also looks like he wants to be on TV, bro. Like he plays with like a certain sort of gravitas. I wouldn't call it arrogance. It's almost like timing, because to apparently want to move to Arsenal, which I always knew was whatever, man. Like, what have you been watching? Like Lacazette. Which Arsenal is it you have been watching that you fell in love with? So no, honestly, I read between the lines of that nonsense. I was like, what the hell? Like, which Arsenal? Kieran Tierney? Like, I don't understand. Like, fucking Socrates. So I was just lost when I was seeing all those quotes and his wallpaper on his new iPhone was Gunners or something. So then he attracted people. I still wouldn't say there was enough of anything, but always remember, playing Liverpool is different to playing almost any other team. Just remember that. That's what I'm saying. Let's see him against a few low blocks. Let's see him against a few low blocks. Because playing Liverpool is it's a special game, not in terms of quality, but in terms of how we play. So, let's see him against a nasty Philip Billing and, whatever on the inside low block, just kicking and kicking and kicking. Let's just see how he reacts to that. That's all I'll say. But yeah, on the eye, yeah. I test 87%.
Mr. Cow, Mikhailo Mudryk.
Yeah, I mean, looks like a good player. What I will always caution people on is, I mean, he's playing against a 37-year-old Milner at right back. So I'm going to reserve judgment till I see him play, as Ariam said, Crystal Palace or Southampton or Brentford. Let's see what happens then. Let's also see his game off the ball. So when he's under attack from a winger who's quick, say Garnacho, Anthony, Tricky Mahrez, etc., or against Salah in a full game, is he able to also do the defensive side as well? Meaning win the ball, give the ball, and also running ahead. So I'm going to wait until I see more games of him. But clearly, he seems like a talent,
Because Carl, playing Liverpool is a basketball game. Playing Liverpool is a basketball match. It's a different kind of match.
Because I can't make a judgment on 35 minutes. I just can't. I just can't make a judgment on 35 minutes or 30 minutes. It doesn't make sense to do that. You make a judgment on 30 minutes of a player in the Premier League away at Anfield with James Miller right back and Liverpool in the form they are. Nah, you can't do that.
That's true. We have to wait.
You can't do that. I mean, in my opinion, you can't do that. I mean, some people may. I just want to wait to see more games.
I mean, he's not even fully fit technically, right?
Yeah, so that's why I want to see more games. Let's see. João Felix, I've seen him many times. I've seen him in different systems. I've seen him in different Portugal. I've seen him play at Anfield. I've seen him play against Madrid, against Barcelona. We've seen what he can do. So when he popped up on the field last week or what it was,
against Fulham,
I came on here and said he was the best player on the field, even with the red card. Was no joke.
But that's exactly what MUDRYK looked like when he probably came on for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's just
they didn't get him the ball enough. They couldn't get him the ball enough.
I'm gonna wait.
I think what we're saying or what we're highlighting is actually his own style of play, because you can always shift the argument. Okay, he's playing against.
Yeah, but I don't want to see. I want to see him against a young energetic fullback. I don't want to say there's James Milner.
No, but what I'm saying is you can always push the argument. Oh, he's
So
played
you think
against
it would have?
all defender.
What if it was Trent? What if it was Trent then?
Exactly. What he's not
Trent's
playing
better
against.
than Milner now.
Then he plays against Trent.
He's faster, he's younger, he's more effective than James Milner now.
But he would have cooked Trent too. Like everybody been cooking Trent all season.
Yeah, but they can't because they don't know football. I'm sorry. Right? Trent offensively gives you a question you have to answer. Do I go or do I stay? If you go and Trent goes in, you're finished, you're cooked. Because he will swing that ball all the way to Robertson and bang, it's in. Now, if Trent's not on his game and you get behind him, that's a problem. But if Trent has that ball and Liverpool's pressing high and you drop, you're finished. Because Salah was going behind. So let's be clear. You know,
but then Trent would also have to worry of MUDRYK coming at him, running with the ball at him.
But let me make my argument. This idea about, Trent, is they not good or the game has evolved to fullbacks who are literally midfielders. Rico Lewis, for example, right? Kyle Walker was the quintessential right back that we all said is probably one of the best. Can't get a game now because young Rico Lewis is playing a fullback in a completely different system, a la Trent. Jumping in midfield, connecting the balls, making long passes, short passes, all those things. If you don't have the ball, what does MUDRYK do?
No, but some of the reason.
And this question I'm asking.
I'm not comparing him. I'm not comparing him to Hazard. But what did Hazard do when Chelsea didn't have the ball?
Hazard last played in the Premier League 2016-17.
That's valid. That's valid points. That's valid points you're raising. But those points are actually related to coaching more than to this player's style of play. For example, when Hazard the season we won.
All I'm saying, Abdul, from my point of view, is that it's just I'm going to wait to make a judge. I cannot make a judgment on 35
Yeah,
minutes.
because we play Fulham next after Liverpool. Play Fulham next.
I can't
play Fulham, Crystal Palace next.
Yeah,
those are two nice games, man. Those are two nice games.
Yeah, I want to wait and see what he does in those games. Then I'll make my judgment.
Fulham,
but
Fulham and Crystal Palace.
Clearly, he seems to be a talent. But I want to see him against, the rhythm of the Premier League. Let's see what he does. I mean,
Carl, my question is: has Graham Potter coached a winger like him? Or let's not say Trossard. We're talking about actual footballers.
I wasn't going to go there, area.
No, I'm not even saying he hasn't. I'm saying you can't compare Trossard. This guy's level, his ceiling is 50 times Trossard. So my own is which wingers has Graham Potter
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
But Arium is raising a very, very good point.
It wasn't even. I'm just generally asking.
No. You're raising a very good point because sometimes the point Carl raised is actually related to coaching. Just like that season where, is it 2017? I think somebody was questioning Hazard that does he bother to defend? He's like, I don't bother to defend because Matic covers for me. So that's based on coaching. Some coaches like Arsene Wenger might just tell a kid like this, look, don't bother about pressing or defending. When we have the ball, we give it to you.
What I like about him a lot is the fact that his left foot is natural on the left side. I like that. So Potter seems to be playing natural wingers left and right. At least I think he did that today. Maybe he did. Yeah,
he did it today. Yeah.
I think he did today. So I personally like that kind of, because I think that you get more dynamism with the player on the natural side. Unless you're Mane and Salah, they are just unusual, right? Where they're inverted, but they're so dangerous. They are one of the best scoring inverted wingers I've seen in generations. They're phenomenal. Mane and Salah, nobody's like them, right? Nobody. Yeah. Don't care what team. There ain't nobody like those two people playing inverted wingers with Bobby in the middle. Nobody touches them. Nobody.
Robin was better than both.
Right, but I do like the fact that he's left-footed on the left side. And then the question I've got is, if João Felix comes back in, does he go false nine? Does he go right?
These are all Felix. Felix will be probably number 10 though. We'll see how he said them.
These are all the questions I want to see. So I'm watching this from afar, saying, okay, what can I learn from him? What is he doing? That's why I'm saying 35 minutes against Milner. I don't know if that's the right test. Milner is a good guy, does the job, but let's wait and let's see, at least for me, what he does in the games that come up. But it's a great player.
And And I know why Klopp plays Milner, and the reason he didn't play Haaland, because I think maybe because of the last match against Brighton,
Was they
where
fit?
it was like, yeah, was fit. Was on the bench. Was on the bench.
Was Milner fit?
Yeah, no,
Trent
Milner
was not fit,
Trent.
Joe. He wasn't fit,
wasn't
bro.
fit,
He wasn't.
He trained once this week. He trained once.
Oh, is that what they're saying? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to do, that's what they are saying. Or should I question a journalist?
No, it's okay. No, don't worry. If that's what they told me, Ariel.
Bro, my club is mature. We won't kill ourselves on game week 19. Look at Newcastle; they are gassed out already.
I like that MK or the K. Which one do you say?
NK. Mykhailo Mudryk.
Yeah. Again, it's a case of, I think people know my position and know my stance. I'm a Premier League guy, so I didn't know anything about this guy. Hoped for the best. I'm gonna address that Abdul point because he came at me. All I said was, this guy said, I don't know if Noni would translate to the Premier League, and I said, why can't you make that same case for Mudryk? That's all. But no, he came on and he looked very nice. I'm very moved. All I needed to see was just something. I'd lie, you understand? Just to get me invested. So I'm now invested. It was a nice cameo performance. Your first touch, however, this guy's first touch, I don't know if anyone was analyzing, him to that degree. He needs to improve his first touch, but the guy is so raw.
Yeah.
But it's so good already. You could see that, with just a few, tweaks into his game, the guy could be, he could be something today. Because I saw the thing why I tell these Liverpool guys is, and the people that watch, because I know they say, oh, I don't want to judge off 30, it's fine. Out of that 30 minutes, I saw this guy do more than Salah.
Yep.
I saw this guy do more than confident, and it's not even it's a debate. No one will argue against me on that. This guy was he actually got us the draw. If you actually think about it, he actually got, as crazy as that sounds, he actually got us the draw, because prior to his arrival, I'd lie. For I don't know. I think
AK Salah is ghosted. He's
ghosted. Let me.
He's ghosted.
Let him land.
These no fans though, but I'm being serious. He got us that draw. I don't know if anyone realized what was going on in that game and the flow of that game, but for the first 15 minutes of the second half, if this guy didn't come on to drag us up the pitch, man, we would have lost that. We would have lost this game.
Bro, we had to respond with Nunes. We had to respond with Nunes to this substitution. We had to bring down sharp.
Mount overhead pass, and I'm like the thing that's just so probably the most refreshing to me. I know this is gonna sound disrespectful and mundane. Is even the PMP. It's just even the PMP. Mount overhit a pass. The guy still got a yellow out. Like, it's just the small things like that. So really impressive. When I see him and Jaffa Lynchie with Noni, with Cho, if you want to add Cho in there, if you don't, that's your own problem. Havertz, hopefully, even Ziyech.
He looked very good.
Now Ziyech has someone to know. This is, I was gonna swear, but I'm not going to. Now Ziyech has someone to aim to on those passes. So and he actually played really well. I'm not a Ziyech guy.
Yeah,
he did actually play very well today. So it's good. Hopefully he continues. I don't want to get hyped off one game, But because I think that Anthony's better than MUDRYK.
Relax.
Anthony's better than MUDRYK. Tosin, here's the thing. There's a United fan on the stream, so I just want to
Anthony's a good player, though. Anthony's a good player.
But Anthony's clear. Anthony's
he's
clear.
Not MUDRYK.
He's clear on MUDRYK. No, he's clear. He's clear.
Wait. NK. Wait. By the way, just go look at the clip of what De Zerbi, who coached him at Shakhtar, said about MUDRYK.
Yeah, I saw. He said he has Ballon d'Or talents. He said he has Ballon d'Or talents. That's what he said. I don't know if you guys. How do you feel about that, though? How do you feel about that? Tell me, Tosin. How do you feel about that? Do you agree?
I agree. Like he reminds me of a mix of, like, he takes little parts of players' games. You know, you can see he studies the game. He studies Neymar. He studies Bale. You know, he reminds me of those. He studies the game. Honestly, those are the type of players he kind of reminds me of. I'm not saying he's on their level, obviously not, but I'm seeing pieces of those players in his game.
Hey, hopefully, you know what? Hey, I see why. But sorry, just to wrap it up, I see why. Just off that small thing, I know it's very small sample size. I see why Arsenal wanted to shop at Louis Vuitton instead of Primark. I now start to see why they wanted to take that trip to Burberry. It's making sense because these guys don't drop.
Can you translate that?
Me too, Mike. I know what this is.
They decided, yo, if you know, you know. They decided to open up that. You know, they normally move broke. I'm being the truth. They normally bargain hunt and make this.
What Trossard?
You know what I'm saying?
My mate.
So they said they wanted to go and buy instead of.
But they were willing.
They buy Air Mac. Okay.
They decided they wanted to shop at Burberry, and
Harold's.
And based on the clip, I'm seeing why.
Well, you saying they got airwalk?
Hey, so MUDRYK. All things, hopefully, Abdullah. Hopefully, we just get the right. My thing is, I hope that the players here, these players, Havertz, Mounts, I don't know if Ziyech. I think Ziyech is gone, but Ziyech, even Sterling, when he comes back, Hudson Odoi, if they give him the chance, if not, you have these next 4 months. These next 4 months. No, let me just say this: these next 4 months are critical to those guys. So these new guys that are joining the program, you better find a wavelength.
So can I just is everybody on trial?
It's only critical. It's only
on
critical for them to just play to build up their value so that they can be sold. That's it. That's
so Kai Havertz, is it critical for Kai?
Is everybody on trial in your club?
I think some people some people the verdict is done.
So who is sweating now that this guy walks in the door?
I think
Pulisic
is done. Pulisic is done. I think
I didn't say done. I said sweating. Chill now.
Sweating. I think Kai is sweating.
For what?
Kai is sweating. Yeah.
No, he's sweating.
For what? For what?
No, because the move that I'm hearing is that whatever money Chelsea get for Kai, they'll use to fund Joao.
Bayern want to buy him.
So already it's sweat. So Kai, if he wants to stay here,
but I miss those battles with Kai and Mace and the finals. Man, it was good times.
Yo, this guy's violated.
You guys will just be missing chances.
Yeah, sick in the head, man.
Yo, Tuchel had those guys on steroids.
Just to wrap up.
That fluke shit,
man. Hey, Tosin. The street said that as soon as Noni came in, Shaw had to go back to university. I'm telling you, it's not easy. Yo, these Chelsea guys that are here now. Boy,
who's Nani?
MADUEKE.
Yo, why was Noni smiling like he was going to uni in the back of the whip? Like why is he
he's got to be here now. He's got to be back home. He's got to be home,
man. When you're home,
can someone talk about my guy? No one mentioned him. I've been waiting.
We'll get it.
Benoit?
Raheem.
Thank you.
Benoit was money. Sorry, go ahead.
What did I tell y'all about? What did I told y'all he's a ball playing center back. That's what I told you.
He was money.
Yo, he plays like a security guard, man. He's clean.
Don't do that.
That's what I told y'all. Like, that's a ball player.
When you're playing, in my country, we say Agbawo. You know what Agbawo is? When you're playing with your great grandfather, like Thiago Silva. So I understand.
No, but this Benoit guy, he plays like a licensed security guard, fully above board. Do you see the haircuts?
Stop. Relax.
I said, who is this? This guy looks like he can guard the president, man. He's clean. I like him. He's clean, bro.
Those are MUDRYK. Mikhailo.
Nah, I've already spoken on him.
Okay. Mr. K. MUDRYK. Mr. K.
Man, I just wish MUDRYK was black.
Abdullahi.
Mikhailo,
he a hooper, man. I don't even care, man.
Man, what can I say? That guy looks like a real baller, man. Yeah, I mean, I agree with everyone on this stream. You know, yes, we can judge him based on 30 minutes, but this guy looks like a real baller. You know, I'm excited to see him against low blocks teams and all and other teams like that. So I'm excited to see him play. The speed, close control, you know, everything this guy brings. I think the team is currently lacking right now. So I'm actually excited to see him play more often. So yeah, that's it. He had a good 30 minutes. I mean, it came on when Liverpool was on top and actually pushed them back, and we were able to get more control of the ball. So I'm actually excited to see him play. I can't wait for João Felix, Reece James, and this guy to be on the pitch at the same time. I can't just wait.
February 11th. It's gonna be February 11th.
I can't wait to see
against Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah,
you guys might be Dortmund, though.
I can't wait.
I think you might be Dortmund, though. The way it's looking.
Can you mute your mic?
Mike. Yo, what's Mike?
NK, relax. Can't you just relax?
Eric, allow him to buy.
No, wait. February. No, I just looked it up. February 11th, you guys are playing away to West Ham.
Oh, West Ham. Oh, when is the UCL?
Yeah, Abdullah, your dates are always off slightly.
Relax. I'm getting there. So when is the UCL match? Let me even check.
You play 15th.
15th, and then the rest is in March.
Okay. We play West Ham and that's not them thinking, okay, yeah, I remember.
They can use West Ham as training.
Oh, I'm getting an echo. That's an echo.
So can I just ask you, Eric, in fact, is your attack finished? Is your shopping done?
I think
yes,
we're done for the it's from Arium, fix your mic. Your mic is a little bit somehow.
I'm muted.
Mr. Eric, Mikhailo MUDRYK, talk.
Yeah, look, okay, I didn't think you come to me. Look, I'm not gonna speak, I'm not gonna say a lot. This guy has I think he has the right profile for this league. And that's always a good sign to see, you know. He has the pace, right? He has the physicality. He's not going to start complaining that he's getting fouled. You know, he doesn't come across as that kind of player. So he's ready for a fight. He's ready to succeed. And as someone mentioned earlier that I think he likes the spotlights. I think they were right about that. He knows he's good. He knows he has quality. And for me, I think this is a signing where he's not coming to be the player he was at Shakhtar. This is an upgrade. This is a big boy move. He's coming to show that, look, this is my level. I've come here to, you know, to show what I can really do. And for a player who he just got here, new country, new league, hasn't played football in a while, there's a lot of good signs. I mean, this guy is very fast, man. He's very quick. I mean, if you think about someone called Tobo, there was a blonde blonde-haired, blue-eyed player who played for Chelsea. His name was Tobo, and when you compare I mean, for someone who was so limited, look how he scared teams with his speed, right? Look how Timo Werner made teams worried. But when you have the speed and you also have technique, you can dribble, you can score. That just changes everything, you know. All of a sudden, teams now need to think twice. Oh, actually, maybe we need to we need to step back a little bit. We can't play a high line against this team because they might just ping the ball and we'll be in trouble. So for me, the threat alone of having him in your team is that in itself will just help you create chances because people will start panicking. And once you have 2 or 3 players like this on your team, it makes a lot of difference. So for me, this is just the beginning. I have hope. I have a lot of hope in the guy on my AV, a few others, and I think there
Wesley
is,
though.
No, look, Wesley was before they came in, so I'm not sure about Wesley, man. Maybe the other.
What about Kulaba?
Who's the guy you're asking?
What about Kulaba?
Oh, Vivel.
Thank you. Yes, that's Vivel. Look, I have hope. I believe this man has a plan. I think he's good, and hopefully we will see what he's. It's just the start. We've barely started. This is just the infancy of what we're trying to build here.
But is he cooking? Is he cooking?
We'll see at the end of the season. I don't know. Just relax. Look, for me, I'm very excited about the very small glimpses we've seen, and I'm pretty sure we'll see more. And I'm just waiting for us to have some of our better players back. Rhys James. I mean, Chilwell. I haven't seen Chilwell in so long. For me, Chilwell is the best left back we have in this team. Some people might disagree.
Absolutely.
But for me, man, when Chilwell comes back, imagine having Chilwell, James, MUDRYK. Oh my! I mean, anyway, look, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to speak for too long. But
you have not added Enzo and Caicedo in the mix. You think we are joking here? Okay.
I'll say no more. I'll leave it there.
6 Enzo Caicedo. Oh
man, y'all just got a whole new team. Y'all just literally got a whole team.
Tosin, you're welcome. You're welcome to the club. Do you want my old?
But Kepa still there.
Kepa, don't worry. We have money.
We buy goalkeeper. Don't worry. We can bring.
There's money.
We can get Allison from you.
Don't worry. We can get Allison.
Man, y'all
don't use your brain. So Tosin,
I'm jealous, man. I'm actually jealous, man. This shit crazy.
Donnarumma. We might try to get Donnarumma if Kia's not taking. So
no, stop. Tosin, we're not Arsenal. Relax, like
Tosin. Can you hear me?
Wait, what's good? Yeah, I can hear you.
How did you guys miss on this MUDRYK of a
player? We can't get him, bro. We have Neymar and Mbappe.
Yeah, but this guy's
playing on the left.
Neymar.
No.
You see what you've done? No, Tosin, that's your fault. Tosin, that's your fault. You started this.
Yeah, I need to go for a walk. I need to go for a walk.
No, Tosin, listen to this.
Tosin, you messed up, bro. That's what you did.
Messi is 34, 35. Neymar is 30.
Okay. I know what you're saying. Based on age, yeah. Like
these are the kind of guys you need to complement Mbappe. Actually,
but they have Ekatike
to remain at PSG.
We'll get those players. Don't worry. We have this summer cooking up. We'll get some players. But no, we kept tabs on him since like 2021, actually.
I can't believe this guy is only 21.
We never got into it because when you have Neymar and Mbappe on that left side, it's just he's not he's just not gonna play. So
let me hear Chimere.
Wait, Tosin, if this guy wins the Ballon d'Or before Neymar.
Oh my god.
Oh my
god.
Stop, guys, stop. Don't go there. Don't, guys, you guys are gonna break Tosin. If that happens, you're gonna just break Tosin. Relax. Chimere, MUDRYK.
I mean, he has all the physical attributes. He has good ball control. He's strong. He's fast. He knows what he's doing when he plays. So I mean, he has all of it there. The only thing is now just to master the little things, master pressing off the ball, master being coached, master running off the ball. Because there's more that goes into it than just being good on the ball to become a great player. You also got to master the little things too that take you to the next level. So if he masters that, he should be a great player. But like I said, he's a young player. what he is right now, he's a good prospect. He's a good young player, but it doesn't mean he's a great player right now.
Tosi, I am so happy. Chimere, I'm so happy we get him off Arsenal.
You know what I'm saying, but you gotta, it's good to be happy you got him, but it won't mean anything if he's not producing input output, because it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not producing, if you're not having any output, then you're not being useful. Something has to go with it for what you're doing as a player.
Man,
So
basically, you're just saying he need to get that GA. He need to get that goals and assists. He better get those goals and assists, boy. Like that's literally what you say.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, if you're just dribbling, then you're not doing anything really.
But it depends, though. If he's creating most of our chances, and Nkuku is putting it at the back of the net, and João Felite is banking. This guy is just a young kid. He's not had a lot of minutes in his legs. For me, there's no pressure. There's no GA pressure. There's no GA stress.
King Black, you should have said if we had Nkunku where Chukwuemeka was today. You know, Chukwuemeka was just falling over.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry,
bro. That's the thing. What I love about Felix, MUDRYK, and Nkunku, if they all potentially play together, they all love to play 1-2s, quick 1-2s, quick sharp 1-2s, and then I think Kai Havertz too. Man, I think you guys are gonna be scary, man. Like,
I don't.
I think y'all gonna be
you know what I want? Enzo and Caicedo.
Just fix the midfield. Just fix the midfield.
Just fix the midfield. Just give me Enzo and Caicedo. Just give me those two and put Kovacic as the third from the bench. From the bench.
Bro, we gotta, okay, this is getting. I'm letting you guys have it fun. It's getting ridiculous now, bro. Come on, it's getting ridiculous now. Come on, bro. Like, you guys had your phone. Get your setup. Come on now. Like, come on now.
Yo, Trevor is tired. Yo, he's tired. He's trying.
I'm hearing people say Ballon d'Or.
We're just talking about his talent, the caliber of talent he has. It's talent. We're just talking about.
He's a good young player, but I mean, he's a really good young player from what I see. But like, come on, man, like let the guy develop.
Chimere, you don't know the Premier. You don't know the Premier League. The Premier League and its hype already. If this guy cooks in the Prem with all of these skills, don't underrate what the Premier League does to all these players.
No, but what I like about him, as far as concerning to Chelsea, is because you guys desperately need a player like him that has the ability to just give him the ball and beat somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just give him the ball, you can beat a defender. You guys didn't really have that. You had Pulisic was supposed to be that guy, but he's more of a pace merchant kind of person.
Hospital man, you're talking about hospital man, okay?
Yeah, you know. So this guy, you can give him the ball, you can just dribble and beat a man, which is what you guys needed. You have Nkunku, a guy who can play. Nkunku is a guy who can. Yeah, he's also kind of like that, but he's a guy. He's very creative, and he can also attack the half spaces, which will leave. And if this guy gets his brain, like if he gets to the point where he knows how to create spaces for others, especially playing with Nkunku and Havertz, that would be deadly because those guys thrive in that kind of, thriving in the half spaces left by other players. So if he gets that where he knows how to be a decoy and leave that, like how Bruno is doing for Rashford, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like at United. If he learns that, then he'll be even more deadly because. Like I said, his output has to be good, but also he can also be great without having the output. You know what I mean? At the same time, if that makes sense. His output has to be good, but at the same time, like what he does on the pitch as far as like not just on the ball but off the ball, like Carl said, is things that make a lot of difference. Pressing, off the ball running to free others, off the ball running to get to attack space that's left for the other defenders, and
I
also
will admit this: he doesn't defend at all. That's something he just doesn't do.
I'm saying, but he's gonna have to do because Chelsea.
I kind of noticed that today. Like anytime he had to press, he was just standing still or just walking. But then what I would say is, if I have a player like this and I'm a great coach, why do I want a player like this to be running around?
Because
the other
that's how
7
players
players
play.
do the running.
Likes to press.
Well, the other 7 players should do the running. Why do you have them?
No, I'm saying
but he has. So let's be honest, though. Like I don't think Salah. Who else?
Mane.
No, Mane
press.
He does a lot of
Mane press.
But most of
Salah
these
presses, but he doesn't defend. If that makes sense. He presses, but he doesn't come back.
Yeah, that's true. He presses, but he doesn't defend. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So sorry, which coach is Jibs talking about? Which coach are you talking about?
I think the coach. I think the one you were talking about with Tosin. The one you were talking with Tosin.
Oh, future name or something like that.
No, he's a good young talent, bro. But I think Hazard was a better talent as a youngster. But he's a good young talent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Great. Mr. Cal, I'll come to you on this. Juventus. Mr. Cal.
Oh, man.
Guys, relax.
AK, I'm muted.
Guys, Mr. Cal, Juventus is in trouble. They deducted 15 points from the Serie A right now, from 3rd position to 11th in the table.
These guys are wicked, man. They are wicked.
Corruption plus, I don't even know how to say it. Cal, please help us out here.
Just ruins everything for them, man.
Mr. Cal, are you there? I think Cal is muted. Tosin talk. Juventus.
But I thought they could appeal. Somebody said they could appeal.
Yeah, they're appealing. They're appealing.
I don't think they'll win though. I don't think they'll win if they appeal. I don't think so.
They should, because this is a travesty, man.
Oh, I thought it was already done. I thought they already got
I think they were appeal. No, they were appeal. I don't think they will win because
I think
what the Nedved and the guys have already stepped down there. I don't think they'll win.
It's not
and what was the corruption about again? Oh, yeah, they were not balancing the books. Yeah, they weren't balancing the books and stuff. Yeah,
stupid corporation.
Yeah. Doesn't talk. Give me your take.
I mean, it's a travesty for Juventus, you know.
Cassiopoly 2.0. Okay.
It's not as bad. Look.
Wait, is it over though? Is this the extent of everything now? Just this 15-point deduction and everything else is okay. I mean, it's not that bad.
It's not as bad as when they got relegated.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. But
the problem is now 15. If they don't make the UCL, they have to sell players.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
And
you know, the Europa League, I don't think they'll win the Europa League. So I don't think they're gonna make the UCL. So they have to sell players. They have to sell.
Yeah, it depends. You know,
Vlahovic,
you don't know.
Chiesa, Locatelli, Labiu, Koba. They have to sell.
No,
I would take a look.
I don't think you have to sell. I
like
don't think
Juventus are a big club. They're not just gonna fire, just sell all the. Come on, bro. I just don't see.
What if the players want to leave?
It's different. That's different.
So
then Juventus will sell them. They won't force a player to stay if he wants to leave.
My thing is that is it a case of do they have to balance the books, and in that case, do they have to sell, or is do you understand where I'm coming from? Does it mean that they have to correct their mistake by selling players?
No, I think the problem they said part of it was dealing with the transfer too. It has to do with the transfer too because some of the transfer they've been doing some of them have been fraudulent. So I think they were suspecting that most of their transfer are not being real. Some of the players somebody said someone like I think is it Chiesa or somebody that they were supposed to give them I think 350K a week, but they give them 100, 98, 97, so something like that. So their wages is not the way they promised and planned it wasn't the way they're supposed to be planned. So it's been cut off, something like that.
So who actually deducted these points? Was it the FA for Italy or who actually?
It was the FIGC, the Italian Federation.
Italian Federation.
Yeah. But man, I think Juve have been I'm speaking strictly in football, just purely football. I think they've been so unlucky, man, this season because if they had a full team to start the season, like if Chiesa was healthy, Di Maria's healthy, Pogba's healthy, Vlahovic is healthy. This is a team you'd look at this team as in the Champions League, you'd look at them as almost like favorites. None of these players got healthy. They've just been choppy from the season till now. Then they started playing well. And now they get hit with this 15 points.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Let's dig a little deeper into this discussion, right? Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are in serious trouble. I mean, serious trouble. Because, it's one thing to do the false accounting and overvaluation of contracts and etc. Right, to make the. But then the problem you now have is, yes, you have the 15-point deduction and the criminal filed as well. Criminal charges, by the way, is jail time. Then now you have the issue of FFP and UEFA.
And UEFA, yeah.
If UEFA and FFP get into this all of a sudden, so you're qualifying for the Champions League based on false accounting, all of a sudden this becomes a palaver that goes. I mean, the repercussions of this are significant. We're talking about potentially bans for 2, 3 years, 4 years from Europe.
Oh my
all
goodness!
You know.
I'm not sure it's going to. I'm not sure it will go that far, but
no, but it's sort of. My thing is, it's sort of linked, though, isn't it? Everything is linked. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, since that is that." No, because
no, you can't. UEFA said, see, all the stuff that's going on right now is Italian Serie A and Italian FA that's doing this investigation, right? They're the ones who have proclaimed the 15-point deduction, etc., right? Banning all the directors, including Paratici at Tottenham, who they've asked UEFA to extend the ban to him, which means that he's going to be in trouble at some point.
Yeah, it's already in trouble already.
UEFA are going to have to open an investigation on this issue because Juventus were in the Champions League under false accounting pretext.
So how far back are they going to be able to like?
Oh, they're going to open up everything. As far as all the transactions that go back, whatever.
Yeah, they said 42 transactions have been looked at as irregular.
Yeah,
irregular.
For example, the biggest one was remember when they swapped Artar for Pjanic? That was the stupidest transfer of all time.
Yeah.
So,
what about when they swapped Danilo for Cancelo?
Cancelo, yeah.
Yeah. So all these things they're going to look at. I'm serious. They're in serious trouble. They are in serious trouble. All of them.
So Kauna, they have, because for me they have to sell players. All this happening, they have to sell. The Nedved and everybody.
What's that guy? What's that guy? For last name, who was for the blonde head guy?
What's his
name?
Is it a stretch to say that these guys are criminals? Is that a stretch? Because
it's not a stretch, man.
No, because there are fans that are going to the games that ain't saying, "Yo, if they had the choice, they'll be like, don't do this."
Yeah, can hear you.
Bro, like Juve were doing some crazy. Like there was this one transaction that I read about. Apparently, like Juve signed this player, right? Some player named Andrea Favilli or something. So they signed him for $7 million. Okay, they signed him in July. Then the next month in August, Genoa, they pay a $5 million loan fee to get this Favilli guy from Juventus. Okay. And in July of 2019, after the end of the season, right after the end of the 18-19 season, Favilli doesn't even play. He's behind like 4 strikers in the pecking order. And then Genoa then used their $7 million buy option to buy him from Juventus. Then he gets loaned to some fourth tier team in the Italian division or something.
Did these guys think? No, but listen, you see, did they think that they'll get away with this? Like, it's so blatant.
Okay, so hold on. So when he gets disqualified, what does that actually mean? He's not able to work for Spurs. What does that? So he's not able to do anything.
Yeah, because he was part of Juventus when he left Juventus. When that's going to happen, so he joined Tottenham Hotspur and Antonio Conte. So he's part of the hierarchy. So it's not gonna. It will be it's like taking the garden leave.
Can you hear me?
And you'll be monitored. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Good.
And you'll be monitored.
So, but Carl, my issue is. My question is because I still don't understand why, and others, please tune in. Why would Juve let Tottenham have? And I'm saying let's Tottenham have
Kulusevski
and Bentancur. Like I like that doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand that either.
Maybe they sold them for.
Come on.
Wait,
Now
No,
you're
but
suggesting.
why?
Are you suggesting those transfers are shady as well?
I'm suggesting that Paratici knew that the club were fucked up and took advantage of that, because you can't just take Kulu
No,
and
but Kulu wasn't. Juventus fans didn't rate him, bro.
what?
They didn't.
It just
Well,
doesn't make sense to me. Like, so with all due, actually not Western.
What about Bentancur?
That's what I'm saying. Bentancur then, because
Bentancur too. Yeah, like they
No, but
weren't. They
he's
were.
not.
They were all inconsistent
Yeah,
players.
he's not like a great player.
Yeah, they didn't rate them.
Yeah, they didn't rate those players at Juve, bro. They went
so
to
you think
Tottenham
that's just
and
you think that's just normal? You think that was just normal business?
Yeah, because those I think those players just wanted.
I
out,
don't
bro.
know because
Yeah.
of those four. Maybe it's part of the 42 that you're talking about.
Maybe.
Who knows? But
No, sorry. I think they investigated 62 transfers throughout the whole of Italy. 42 were involved Juve. So
that's hilarious.
Yo,
AK behave.
It's
these guys, Chimri, these guys, man.
Hey man,
No, but who's getting Chiesa? I need Chiesa, man. I need that.
Is he injury prone?
Remember, as
I
Vlahovic
think
should
he's
stay
injury prone.
the hell out of my club, bro.
Wait,
give me Locatelli. Actually, we need a midfielder. Give me Locatelli. I'll be all right.
Midatelli, man.
There's nobody in that squad I want. Nobody.
No. What about Pogba? Pogba is free. He's on lock.
We could unleash Pogba.
Okay,
yeah, I mean,
Pogba
I'll
is
take
there.
Pogba. Yo,
No way.
Pogba potentially won't play in a knockout game in the Champions League till 2025.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
but I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm sorry
That's
for Pogba. That's a
kinda
huge help, man. Bro,
Oh my God, Chineke, Juventus are in serious
Chimri, do you feel bad for Paul? Like this is like this guy's past year. This is awful. Like this is bad.
I mean, bro, like, well, from a personal level, bro, I never want anything bad happen to anybody, bro. But like, bro, on a sporting level, man, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro,
This is bad.
you reap what you sow, dog.
Chai, this is deep. Chimere, this is deep, man. This is deep. That's deep, man. Labiu,
We got to watch that game tomorrow. Juventus Atalanta tomorrow.
I will, yeah.
Is he back? Is he back? Is he back?
I mean, honestly, bro, Pogba, nobody cares.
Pogba back.
He said,
I know he's training. No, I know he's been training with the first team.
But I'm not sure if he's 100% free. But I think
this guy Chimri said no one cares, man.
Okay, but Pogba's not relevant. He's not relevant anymore, bro. Like, it's just the facts. Like
he's injured though.
Chimri, man, don't do this. Don't do this.
But to keep it real though, Pogba in this United team though, he would cook like with Casemiro, and he'll be like honestly, he'll be a good fit. Like jokes aside.
Oh, but I thought Eriksen was the guy though. I thought Eriksen. I thought the pacemaker. I thought he was the guy, man.
Eriksen is bang average, man.
Thank you for saying that.
Wow.
Blue Ice was trying to argue with me otherwise, man.
Dude, he's a weak bro. People don't see it, bro. But I'm telling you, as a United fan, Fred is better than him, bro. Fred is better. When I watch our best performances, bro, Fred is better. I'm just saying.
Okay, Chimere, how is the game tomorrow? How are you feeling tomorrow? How are you feeling?
But I mean, bro, to be honest with you, bro, this one actually not. Let me not. Jibs is him, man. So I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? He's my fellow United fan. I don't want to jinx United, bro. So I was gonna say something very cocky, but you know what? Let me. This is what I'm gonna say, man. You know, I mean, I don't understand this Casemiro's out of the game, but doesn't mean we can't play football. Like, yeah, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Casemiro's gone, but like we can still play football. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, bro, to be honest with you, I feel like at the end of the day, like, I'm always have faith in my team to win.
Is it at the Emirates? Where is it?
Arsenal at home. We haven't beat them there in 4 years. It's been 4 years since we beat them at the Emirates. They're at home. You know, they're really good. Like, Arsenal are good, man. They're the real deal. Even at Old Trafford, like, they played well. Like, they outplayed us. Like, we scored on the counter attack.
Yeah.
And they weren't as good then as they were now. And they got Thomas Partey coming back. He didn't play that game. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Arsenal, man, like,
Mr. Cow, please do us a favor tomorrow and win. So everything will matter how.
Shimmer, you have to win that game. I'm sorry, you have to win that game,
bro. Like honestly, bro, I can't.
It's
Bro,
not happening,
I'm not
man.
gonna come here.
It's
Like
not
if we
happening.
win, of course I'm gonna be happy. But I can't come here and cap, bro. Like I'm not gonna come here and be this like oh man, like oh we're gonna
Just
smash
don't
them.
lose.
Like,
Just please, just don't lose.
Shimmer.
Man.
Please don't lose, man. Please don't lose.
Let me put myself on big. Please, I am begging, Mr. Cow. Please do us a favor tomorrow.
Yeah. Call as well, man.
Cow,
Wait, y'all don't want Arsenal to win
Cow,
the league?
Of course not.
Please, Cow, please.
Of course not. Yo, this guy.
Man, I'm really rocking with Arsenal this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Arsenal are the real deal.
The only dud on that team is Martinelli, man. That head down merchant, man. They
Wow.
That's why they should have signed MUDRYK, man. They fucked up.
He's a counterattack merchant, man.
Abdullah, for me, I mean, listen, I think the rocket that the manager gave the players and the fans on Thursday was what everybody needed, man. I mean, literally.
I've never seen Pep Guardiola beat this mad before. Pep Guardiola, no.
The guys,
not doing this. My fans is not.
Let me explain something to you, Abdullah. This guy is one of the best, if not the best, in the modern era.
Yeah.
If we lost that game on Thursday, you know the guy won't come out and say a word.
I know.
He won't say a word. The moment that team came back from 2 goals down to win 4-2, I knew we were in trouble. I knew we were in trouble. He's going to blast everybody. Fans, players, organization, everybody. We're in trouble.
Wow.
Because that's exactly what he needs to do, to put some fire behind these people's behinds, to do what they need to do to be consistent. You know, and the man, if I even tonight's press conference that he did tonight,
he said, I saw
he went even deeper.
Yeah,
he said it's not about winning, or it's not about Arsenal, or because Arsenal, or someone said, "Oh, is it a mistake?" And so Jesus and Zinchenko, he said, "No, they wanted to leave. Let them leave." It's not about them. This is not about them. We know who we are. We know what we need to do. We know where we've come from.
Yeah,
and I'm not seeing what I want. You're second in league. You say yes, I'm second in league, but I'm not seeing what I want. I mean, as if the guy is on something. It's like maybe he's on steroids. The way he like this guy, you know the rest. Relax now. But that's the level. That's the level. That's the level.
Yeah.
Where you come from 2 goals down against Tottenham, who by the way you lost to last year, with 4-2 with the team B.
No, but that's huge. Honestly, that game, massive, absolutely massive, because they always have problems against Spurs every time. They always.
You know the funny thing about that game is I tell people, I said he had on the bench Laporte, Diaz, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Kyle Walker, Phil Foden on the bench. He starts with only 2 senior players, right? Mahrez, Gundogan. Even Rodri is even new. Mahrez, Gundogan, and Stones. Everybody else was new or relatively new. Alvarez, Haaland, Jack Grealish, Ake, Akanji, Rico Lewis. So all of a sudden, the team that couldn't beat Tottenham last year, the big boys, now the team that beat them 2 goals down were the young boys who had desire. And he didn't change anything.
That boy impresses me a lot, Carl. Rico Lewis.
Yeah. It's just desire.
The
background to that
crazy.
His father was a boxer. They own a gym. Ever since he was small, right? He goes into the ring, to the gym, to train with his father, to train with his sister. So the mentality of I cannot just go down, I have to fight, is there.
Because Carl, I can see when I was a postmaster, I was like, wait, am I watching a different Pep Guardiola or somebody else? Pep was lambering the fans, the management, the player. I was like, this is not Pep. Pep is different.
When they were bullying Rico Lewis, who went to go and fight for the guy? Which of you went to go and fight for the guy? I was like, damn, we're in trouble here. We're in trouble. But you're only 5 points off them, or 5 points off them. He said, I don't care. It's about the levels that we demand.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Exactly.
I was like, okay. And then De Bruyne was on the bench. All these other big boys were on the bench. He put
Kevin De Bruyne. I was like, Pep putting Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. How? Pep, how? Why? How?
When we saw the
Then
lineup,
then I realized.
when we saw the lineup,
I realized.
when we saw the lineup, I'll be honest with you. Huh? Let me tell you what we went through that day. We saw the lineup, we're like, okay, but boy, it's gone crazy. You know, when it was halftime 2-0, I just called my friend and I said, Omo, what do we do now? He said, well, we just go on, we just see what happens. We will lose the game, we'll move on. We just keep moving on. He said, I'm not watching Wolves, I'm watching. In fact, my friend said, he's just going to and sit there in one place. I said, let's just watch and what's it happen. Because what do you say? What do you do?
You know what Maris and then Grealish said in the post match. He said when it was 2-0, when they came out to the dressing room, he said Pep did not say a word. He said Pep did not say anything. The player, he said him and Maris were looking at themselves and they were like,
yeah. So different. Let me tell you what happened between the first and second half. The first half they were not too bad. They were just sloppy in possession, sloppy, right? The second half, they said, you know what? Forget this control bullshit, man. We're not doing this control stuff anymore. We're going to be vertical. That's it. That was the change. So all of a sudden, Mahrez is taking people on. Mahrez is not dribbling on the outside. He's not cutting back on his left foot. The first goal comes because Mahrez goes on the outside, crosses the ball as a melee, and then Alvarez scores the goal.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish is running from 30 yards to catch up with Son because Son would have been in.
Yeah.
He's taking people on one by one. He's trying to dribble them. He's going vertical. They're not playing this, I want to be controlled. I mentioned something last week. I said, after the United game, I said, the problem with this team was that, one, they were being complacent. Two, I think Guardiola was trying to control the game. But I was saying that when you're trying to control the game, who is really in control? Because you're not in control. If you're trying to control the game and the other team has 2 shots on target and they score 2 goals, you're not in control. The other team's actually controlling you. So screw control. Concede 2 goals, be direct, be dynamic, and score 3 or 4.
Yeah.
That's what I said in the space.
No.
Because the irony is that you're trying to control the game by limiting the opposition's chances, but you're not penetrating. You have 1 shot in 180 minutes. You're not in control. They are controlling you.
Sorry to cut it short. I told Arsenal.
Are you following?
I even told Blue. I told Blue and I told Arsenal. I said, Manchester City are second in the table. That is the team you don't want to face because
no. But let's even forget that one. I'm talking about what I noticed. And again, taking away from a coaching perspective, right? All of us are trying to learn football. We're all learning all here. All of us are learning. Yeah, sure. The question I ask myself is, okay, this man is trying to control the game, but who's really in control? Because if you play Brentford, Everton, and they have 2 shots and they score a goal, you have 3 shots, you don't score. Who's really in control? You're not in control.
They'll provide that in honesty.
No, but Carl, I have a question.
Okay. But the moment you now say, you know what, F control, we're going vertical. Think about Palace, down 2 goals, 4-2. Think about Newcastle, you're down 3-1, 3-3. Think about Forest, 6-0. United's first game, no control, vertical, 6-3.
6-3, yeah.
Tottenham, 4-2. I mean, you concede goals if you lose control, but you will score. Not where you try to control Southampton, lose 2-0. Try call United, 2 counterattacks, 2 goals. You have 1 shot on target because you're trying to be in control. Screw control. Go vertical. And then the same thing with Chelsea. Graham Potter. F control, brother. Go vertical. Go vertical.
Yeah.
Look at Brighton. Brighton are extremely vertical. They'll concede, but they'll score 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Liverpool used to be vertical. Now they want to be in control. Now they're struggling. Anyway, over to you. Are you guys following me, right?
Because Carl, that match in that phase, because when I came back, I slept up. I was telling my brother, Master City will win. Says it's a lie. So I woke up. I was like 2-0. Okay, how? Yeah. So when I woke up, I was like, let me watch the second half. When I came back, the match has not even ended. Not even entered 50 something minutes. It was like 2-2. I was like, how? Am I playing FIFA? How?
Because they said, look, screw this control. We're going to go vertical. We're going to go vertical. When they now scored the 3rd goal, they now came back to control.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like. Which you're now under pressure, and I was afraid. I thought they were going to score. But the moment you go vertical, the 4th goal comes from what action? What was the action of the 4th goal? Ball comes to Ederson,
and boom.
Boom, go vertical, direct.
Sorry to cut you short. Sorry to cut you short, Kyle. I mean, that's my biggest problem with Jorginho. Jorginho, I feel like his role in that team is just to control the pace of the game. I mean, to me, I'm like, F that. Just I want to see vertical passes, like actual penetration, the balls down the line. I don't like the sideways, control the midfield, control the tempo of the game. And I actually saw the game too, the Man City game you're talking about. It's the same thing. Man City was trying to control. They didn't play badly like that first half, but it was just like really like there was zero penetration trying to like actually hurt the opposition.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Exactly.
You know,
and
that's the difference in the half.
And this is why I like these kind of discussions with all fans, because we're asking the tough questions around, okay, who's really in control? If you think you're controlling the opposition and they have a mid to lower, they're controlling you, guy. They're controlling you. Let's take a Napoli. Napoli are vertical. Extremely vertical.
Napoli doesn't control the game.
Yeah, vertical.
People get that thing wrong a lot of the time. They think possession is control. It's not the same thing.
No, it's not control. Not control.
It's not.
Like
it's not.
Because what you said, I remember, because I remember when Potter came in, he didn't play much for control. We were playing more on the counter with the vertical
Okay, bro. I'm not saying that counter vertical. What I'm saying is that vertical means that when I have the ball, my first thought is we're going forward.
We'll go forward,
2-3 passes. I want to be in your 18-yard box.
Yeah.
I want to be there in the penalty box. Not passing sideways and sideways and back and sideways and sideways and back. You're trying to control them. They're actually controlling you because you're away from their box.
Jorginho style, man. Jorginho. That's what some people like, man. Jorginho style. Sideways and back.
Carl, let me ask you something that I noticed when I watched City, because as United when I watched City last week. I saw that, that Ten Hag's game plan, I just saw, was to condense the midfield, block the middle. And I saw that for some reason you guys refused to use the width.
You know why? What happened? Let me tell you what happened. And I say this Abdullah will bear me witness.
Yeah.
How many times, Abdullah, have I said that the worst thing you can do against a condensed back four, back five is to play inverted wingers? How many times have I said this thing?
Yeah, Kyle has been complaining about inverted wingers for a very long time.
Unless you are Salah and Mane, you are wasting your time playing inverted wingers. If you're trying to play possession-based inverted wingers, unless you're Salah and Mane or you're Messi, you're wasting your time.
Yep.
It's very hard. You lose control, bang, you lose the ball. And what Ten Hag did was very simple. He says, I'm going to condense the middle of the field, right? And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to force you, inverted wingers, into traffic and then push you, win the ball, and go long. You remember when we discussed Chelsea, when I said that what happened in the first half against Chelsea was that City were trying to play inverted wingers against Chelsea's condensed midfield. And then Pep switches it to play wide fullbacks, right? And play out and play natural wingers. And that's how we got him behind. That's what he needed to do. I've said it. Inverted wingers against a low block, unless you're Salah and Mane, ain't gonna work. It's not working.
I was even surprised. I was surprised they played the 4-1-4-1, Haaland and Alvarez together. I was like, okay.
What he did against
I said maybe Pep is making a statement.
He didn't really play a 4-1-4-1. What he played against Tottenham, it was a 3-2-2-3. Show you. So he played Stones, Ake, and Akanji. Ake was left, Akanji was central, Stones was right. He now takes Rico Lewis and plays Rico Lewis as a 2. Number 6 is next. So Rodri and Lewis were the 2 6s. Show you. Then in front of those two was Gundogan and Alvarez. And it was Grealish, Haaland, and Mahrez. He took out De Bruyne and brought in Alvarez for energy.
Yeah.
He took out Walker and brought in Rico Lewis because he has energy. Are you surprised that second half you saw the dynamism and the aggression?
And Bernardo Silva that left the control was on the bench. I was like, how?
On the bench.
I was like, I look at the man, like Pep Guardiola is making a statement here.
Because his desire.
His superstars and his players on the bench.
If you don't have desire, go and sit down on the bench. Give me a young kid who has desire, because they'll try hard. It's simple.
That's it. That's a statement.
And also, I want to bring up this stuff because since we're talking about that Rico Lewis kid, this Lewis Hall had a terrible game today.
I told people he was poor, okay?
It was poor, man. I'm really
Look,
sorry.
Lewis Hall is. Well, sorry. I'm sorry. I need to come in here because I rate this guy called Lewis Hall, and for me, he has a lot of potential. He's only 18 years old. I know people don't like to look at age, but he's 18 years old, and I think you can look at one match, fair enough, but for me, he deserves to be in this team, 100%. Like he for me, he's a special player, man. I think there's something there.
No, of course. Eric, I'm not going to dispute that. I think the guy has potential, but my thing was, I don't know if you watched the stream before. People were lying about the way he was playing, and I don't like that. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, the guy's been poor the 3 games, so I think he's trash. Absolutely not. But the guy's been poor. Like, that's just my thing. But I don't think it's his fault.
My own thing with this guy is, yeah, he has a talent, and sometimes you just like the composure. I don't see that composure in him. I just feel like sometimes he panics way too much. Like when I watch Rico Lewis play, that guy's like really assuring. Like it just feels like this guy knows what he wants to do. That inside winger fullback thing, he's like tailor-made for that position. I'm like, damn, this guy is actually like, I don't really care about age because sometimes, yeah, age experience comes with age, all of that. But some of these young players, you can just tell this guy is really talented.
You know the thing about the Rico guy is that let's not forget that this guy is 18. So when Guardiola comes to City, right? This guy is what? He's 11 years old, right? 10, 11 years old. So he's grown up on that system through the academy of playing that kind of system all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So unlike Kyle Walker, who comes from Tottenham, Kyle Walker was a fullback who kind of bombs forward, up and down. Kyle Walker had to learn at an old age how to play that system, so he struggles with it sometimes. But because this guy is 11 years old, 10 years old, he's been playing that system, now he's 18, he knows that he's comfortable with it. So there's no surprise that he's able to play it better than Kyle Walker because it's in his DNA. He grew up on that stuff. You follow him? So you can't blame Walker sometimes, but he just grew up on it. His problem will now be if Guardiola leaves. When he leaves, can he adapt to what the next manager wants to do? That's where the palaver will now start, right? Is he adaptable?
Carl, I was watching the True City podcast before.
Oh, the one with me?
Yeah. Do you think Pep's being monitored?
Oh man, I lost it. I completely lost. No, I knew you were there. I completely lost that. I completely lost it.
It's a disrespectful question.
Oh my god! I was like, come on, are you serious? I mean, and the question was, to be fair, I think it was misunderstanding. I think it was use of the wrong word, monitoring, because don't forget, these guys, Soriano, Begiristan, Guardiola, they own a restaurant, they own businesses, they were Barcelona together. There's no monitoring. They have conversations with each other every day. What's going on? What's here? What we need to do. But somebody used the word monitor as if they check in with this. Oh my, what's going on here with the cloak? I mean, no. I think it was miscommunication. No, I think so. But I
have a very important question. If you don't mind me asking,
Mm-hmm.
are you guys going to win the title this season?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope so. We can. If the boys play to their level, they can, because we have to play Arsenal twice.
I mean, from what Pep was saying, he said that you're not anywhere near the level. So
yeah, I mean,
he doesn't sound that. Like.
But that's what the manager. What's the manager going to say? That's what he's going to say. He's not going to say, "Oh, well, the grass is green and everything's fine." He's gonna find a way to motivate them.
Pep said the same thing like 2 years ago when they won the title, man. Like,
I know.
I mean, can they win it? I mean, yes, they can. Can Arsenal win it? Absolutely,
he's just trying to motivate his team, bro.
Can United win it?
And I love how One thing I love about that press conference, I love how Pep put his player under the bus, man, because they've been playing like trash. Like KDB, Bernardo Silva, they've been dog shit. So he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to play for me." I'm sure whatever he said in the press conference, I'm sure he already told the boys in the locker room already. He already told them in the locker room.
Yeah, but Vilton, Pep can do that
But I
because Pep has all the
love
power.
that
He can do
press
whatever he wants
conference.
to do.
No, but in general, that's gonna motivate
You know what's
them.
happened with that press conference now? All the fans that were talking rubbish before, Pepper, all that rubbish, they've all chilled now. Everybody has run away now. They're all like running away now because it's like
I'm waiting for tomorrow's atmosphere. How will tomorrow's atmosphere be?
The part I love in the press conference, Carl, was when he said, "No success? That's bullshit, man. 2 back-to-back in this country with this Liverpool team? Are you kidding me, bro? What else you want me to do, bro?"
He was speaking facts though.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was spitting, bro. Because at the end of the day, like the Premier League, the way it's set up, it's so competitive. And for
you know the
Pep
funny thing, I was
level,
talking to a United fan, an old guy, about maybe 65 years old, last weekend. I mean, deep conversation because after the derby, West China, I said, "Talk to me about Sir Alex Ferguson, what he did." He was saying, "Look, if Saf was around now, that 13th Premier League title, they happen now. He go hard." This is the United fan, like an Ejile. You know, someone you say Ejile, somebody who's like a generational United fan, back in the Busby Babes kind of guy. You know, his father's brother's brother, that kind of stuff. That it is so competitive now. It's so hard now. I mean, look at the table.
Yeah.
You know, you have Brentford, Fulham, you know, up on the table. Like, what's going on? Newcastle, 11 goals conceded all season.
15 game unbeaten in the Premier League too, I think.
You know, it's not for Liverpool. It's not for that last minute Liverpool, you know, goal that they scored in 98 minutes or something. Newcastle unbeaten this season.
Exactly, season, yeah.
It's hard, and people say, "Oh, Chelsea can't get to the top 4, Liverpool can't get to the top 4." I disagree.
It's
not
hard.
with 19 games left.
Even when you look at it in Europe, bro, all the biggest team in Europe are struggling. The only team you say that's not struggling are Napoli and Arsenal, but Arsenal are not even in the Champions League. But everybody else is struggling, which is mad to say.
Because Carl, I say something. Wait, I said something to Arsenal fan because because of an Arsenal fan, they added me a lot on Twitter when we talk, and I told them, I said, I know you guys are top of the table, and because they were telling me, "Don't worry, when we go to Etihad, we'll beat Man City. When Man City come to Emirates, they will beat us." And I said it. I laughed. I said, "You are playing a dangerous game because Manchester City and Pep Guardiola."
But it depends. Abdullah, it depends on it depends on which city show up. I'm just being very honest here, right? If the city that we know can do, if that city of Tottenham second half show up, Arsenal got no chance. No chance.
Let me ask you this, Carl.
Right? But if we play like the way we play against Southampton, Brentford, Everton, we got no chance.
Yeah.
But Carl, let me ask you this:
that's not the real deal, man. That's not the real
that
deal.
FA Cup. Yeah, I think personally, I think Arsenal is gonna win the league. As much as I don't want them to win it, I feel like they are gonna win it.
It's too early.
But Carl, that FA Cup tie between City and Arsenal, do you think that game is gonna be an intense game, or do you think both managers are gonna rotate and not play their full team?
I'll tell you what it's gonna be, right? I'll tell you what this, right? Those City boys. See, think about City is that this season's that against the big boys, they really get up for it. They really now you lose at United through a crazy goal. Okay, fine, that happens, right? Liverpool, we know Liverpool, Anfield. We know what Anfield is like. Anfield can be a terrible place, and there was, it happens, fine. But against the big boys, they really step up. It's this Everton and Brentford and Southampton, and just like these teams that, do I really have to go and play these people again? The motivation is not there. Against Tottenham, against Arsenal, Chelsea, they step up. They really step up to a level. So I think the FA Cup game is going to be, they're going to go after it.
I feel like what a lot of people don't realize is I feel like Pep is building another team that's completely different from the winning team that we're used to. Because if you look at that team now, like the past 2 years, he's brought in what's his name, Akanji, this guy Rico Lewis, Haaland, Alvarez, and I think he's trying to change the core of that team, and that's my main issue with this guy too, with Potter. Like, I feel like you can still build a team, you can still build a new team while still winning. Like,
listen, Potter just got to your club though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's to be fair. Potter just got to Chelsea.
This guy is bringing like a new set of players, a new set of ideas, and he's still winning.
Yeah, but then it's I mean, it's hard to. I mean, even with Pep, there's some players who know the system who are there who can grind the result out, right? Potter just got to Chelsea. Now, I'm not a Potter fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like what Bowley's doing, right? Being smart in the market, bending the rules, the extended contracts, 7-8 years to amortize it over more time to make sure you comply with FFP. So it's giving Potter the tools. Now Potter has to use the tools to get you back to where you need to be.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's it. Now he has to prove his mettle to play all these players, João Felix, MUDRYK, all these guys, Badiashile, when Sterling gets fit, all these guys figure out how to get the best out of them. There's no excuse. The owners have backed you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is what I want to hear.
If you can't do it by June, if by June you're not in, Europe, I'm sorry, Graham Potter, he ain't good enough.
Thank you.
Not with these players. Because between Chelsea right now, what, 9th or 8th? I think I'm not quite sure. Right?
We are 10th.
Okay, 10th. Okay, 10th. But then the points total between 10th, I think it's like 5 points or something, 6 points. Is it?
Yeah, between 5 and 10 is 5 points. Yeah.
That's nothing. 5 points when you have 52 points to go is nothing. So yeah, I was talking. 5 points is 10% of the balance that's left to go and play. So you should be able to get back there, in my opinion.
Shout out to Chelsea, man, because Chelsea, if MUDRYK went to Arsenal, oh my goodness, that would have raised their squad even more, bro. Because imagine going against Saka and Martinelli, and you have MUDRYK coming off the bench, or MUDRYK in the starting 11. It's insane, bro. This guy MUDRYK looks so.
You know what's going to happen? Let me tell you what's going to happen. So there was a quote that came out of, I believe, Italy this week, or was it Spain, that said the Premier League is. Said UEFA, we have a problem here. I believe it was. I have that clip. Have you seen that clip? That graphic.
Yeah, it was. I could pull it out. Is it for the FFP?
It said UEFA, we have a problem here. And that graphic, they had a picture of Premier League spending, Serie A spending, La Liga spending, Liga spending, and everybody else. Basically, Premier League was £350 million January, and then Serie A was like maybe 5 million or 2 million or something ridiculous like that. Something was really terrible. Now, if you think that come June or July, in an off World Cup year, us Chelsea have spent, that other clubs won't spend, United won't spend, Liverpool won't spend, City won't spend, the stakes are just going to be raised higher and higher and higher. Which begs the question, how do you keep up with this level of expenditure and wages, and your income is not going up at the same time? This is the problem that they're going to have to solve at some point. At some point, it's going to have to come to a head. It's either we renegotiate contracts for TV deals to get more money, something has to give.
It's going to be difficult. I mean, teams are just going to find a loophole. That's what they're there for. They're going to find a loophole to.
What they'll do is they'll do what Chelsea are doing right now, Chelsea, or Vilton, which is okay. We know that normally you amortize over 3 or 4 years. We'll do 7 years.
Yeah.
Which means
do the player have to stay for that 7 year? What if they want to move to a club after 3 or 4 years?
You can sell them.
Okay.
What is basically done is saying, it's like saying, okay, I want to buy a car, right? Normally, I can pay 3 years for a car. That's what the industry standard is 3 years, right? Or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
But now, if I want to reduce my payments, I'm going to now say, give me an 8-year loan. So all of a sudden, my payments per month is now less because the term is longer. So I'm amortizing that expense over a longer term, which allows me to manage my books better and manage my P&L better. And then when it's time for the player to get sold, if the player wants to leave or is not performing, then we can find somebody who can buy that player and the player can leave. All of a sudden, that balance of the year is not available anymore because it's off the books. You follow me?
Yeah.
So what Chelsea have done, I kind of like what Todd has done because it's smart. There's a question around, okay, has it broken any Premier League rules on FFP? Because Premier League say generally the term is 5 years. That's a question I don't have the answer to, right? I'll try and find out. But I assume that he's a smart guy. He's following the rules, and it's probably it's probably allowed.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Everybody on Twitter that don't like Chelsea are they are financial expert apparently, man.
No, but let's keep it simple, Vilton, right? It's very simple, right? It's like saying, okay, I want to buy a house. I can do a 15-year mortgage, right? Which will make me that I pay higher payments now.
Carl, are you talking about this one? Are you talking about this one?
Where is it? Oh, not this one. There's one that I'll send it to you. Basically, it's from I think it's Serie A and said, UEFA, we have a problem, something like that. And they showed like all the spending for January, and they actually tagged.
But I don't see how that's a problem though, because I mean, it's not the Premier League fault that
it's eight because of the way Chelsea does stuff.
It's not. It's like because all the players will come to the Premier League. All the top players come to the Premier League. They all come in.
But that's the thing, though, Carl. That's the thing. It's not the Premier League fault that they market their league better. They just do it better because if La Liga, Bundesliga, well, Bundesliga don't care. They're like in their own world. They really don't care. But
didn't Bayern just go and buy the second best keeper in Germany?
Yeah, like Bundesliga, League, La Liga, Syria. Like, I mean, from Real Madrid perspective, Barcelona perspective, they always gonna attract player because they just develop their name. But like, I mean, if you Syria, La Liga, you can't complain because if you market your league better, your league will be like able to spend the same amount of money as the Prem. But you allow us, Real Madrid and Barcelona, to do a duopoly in the league, and you like that. You give us more money compared to everybody else. You don't spread it equally. Syria, Mafia, Juve are in danger. You've been letting them dominate the league. Inter was dominating the league at one point because I do remember growing up, Syria was the league to watch. I remember like
there's a new Deloitte money report that just came out last week. And they put like the top 20 teams or revenue or money, right? You know the weird thing about this thing? Southampton are actually there. West Ham are there. Top 20 clubs of revenue in Europe. West Ham. Think about that. Right? This is the power of the Premier, because in the Premier League, right, everybody gets 100 or something million every single year. 1 to 20. Right? Everybody gets it. Now, you get more based on where you finish, whether you finish first or second. TV money, maybe you have more showings on some TV stations, so you get more money than, whatever. But Liverpool, City, Chelsea got a lot of money because they're top of the 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. They got more because of that position. But everybody gets like 100 something million, clear off the bat. Clear off. No palaver at all. Whether you finish 20 or finish 20, you're good, you get relegated. Even the guys who are relegated get parachute payment. To say, okay,
is that why some owners don't care? Like Levy, is that why he doesn't care?
Like Norwich don't care. They come up, they make a lot of money. They come up, right? They go down, they still give them 100 million, and it's okay. Here's a parachute payment. You're going down. You just want to manage your high wage staff and manage for the next 2 years. We're paying you to sustain yourself. But that's why Burnley are doing well now. Burnley have money. They brought players in, brought Vincent Company in. They're going to come back up this year. They make money. If they go back next year, they still make money as long as they don't spend stupidly to in the Premier League and manage the parachute payment. It's the money in the Premier League is that obscene. Think about this: the Premier League and the EFL are meeting and trying to negotiate that. Okay, for some more money from the Premier League to the Championship, we will give up some slots like in the Carabao Cup and stuff, and maybe only play the under-21s. And we'll get rid of replays in the FA Cup, just so we can get more money from the Premier League. They're talking about it right now. It's crazy.
And they need to stop the semi-final home and away in the Carabao Cup. It doesn't make any sense. They need to stop that.
So they stop that one now. Carabao Cup is one leg and bang. The semi-final.
No.
Okay, semi-final. You're right.
Yeah.
Semi-final. Yeah, you're right.
They need to
just
stop
go to Wembley and
because-
play it. Yeah,
exactly. Just one match, semi-final.
Go to-
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
go
it.
to- yeah.
They have to
I
talk
think
about
they,
that. They have to
I
just
think,
stop it.
I think they do that because they want the best team in the final. I think that's why it's so like just in case a weak team makes it to the